Doug, what time is it? You don't know the years. You know what time it is?
No, it's 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
All right. Tim would have known what time it was.
Oh, God.
Where is Tim?
I just thought of something. He texted me yesterday and said, "Are you feeling better?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, doing it." And I realized I never said to him, "How are you feeling?"
Oh, no.
Never thought of that.
It's all about you. Okay.
Gosh, that's right. The listeners will take care of that. Yeah, Tim?
I'm sure.
Under the weather, Martin, Doug, Jackson, Chairman Kurt with you. TMA, the morning after, brought to you by Brown and Crouppen here on 101 ESPN. A wonderful Thursday, Doug. We've locked and loaded.
Feels like it now.
Because we're going to talk about all things New York. Cardinals running roughshod over the Mets. Brad Thompson's going to check in at about 9:30. Part of the Cardinal broadcast, of course. And then Larry Hughes played for the Knicks, NBA vet of about 15 years. Get some instant analysis from him at about 8:30. I knew papers would approve of that. Larry was just here a couple weeks. He's great.
Love Larry Hughes.
But there's a thing called the Lifetime Roofing Lead. And, Doug, a historic night in the history of the NBA. Spurs had a 29-point lead. I think Larry David and Jerry Seinfeld are still at Madison Square Garden. They're still reveling in
Can't believe what they saw.
Knicks victory. And the Cards had a nice, tidy 9-2 win over a down-and-out Mets squad. So the question to Doug Vaughn is, what's the lead?
Well, the Knicks comeback is the lead.
Whoa!
Historic comeback for the Knicks.
Whoa.
A game the likes of which you thought you'd never see. I almost gave up at halftime. I said, well, this one's over. But the Spurs did absolutely everything they could to lose that game, and they were successful in that pursuit.
Indeed.
Didn't Charles Barkley say it was the dumbest game I've ever watched?
He said it might have been the dumbest basketball in the history of civilization.
Mm-hmm. No play any dumber than De'Aaron Fox with 10 seconds to go driving for a contested layup. Had he just pulled up and started dribbling, he kills another 3 or 4 seconds. They foul him. He hits a free throw or two, and at least the Spurs, if the Knicks hit a buzzer beater, the Spurs probably are still tied.
Unexplainable. It's unexplainable. Even if you had an open layup, you dribble out the clock as much as you can and wait for them to foul you. Unexplainable from De'Aaron Fox.
Because the layup only puts them up by 3.
Only up by 3.
So the Knicks could still come back.
With like 8 seconds left.
Yeah.
So much time left. You got to and he's one of the fastest players in the NBA. You got to sprint to the corner and wait for them to come foul you.
I hate when New York teams are good.
I do too.
And nothing, I don't hate the Yankees. I don't hate the Mets. We used to when we were kids. But I don't hate the Giants or Jets. What I hate is the media, which has a heavy East Coast DNA. That's all they talk about. However, this is different. This being a historic, they're going to revel. I mean, I'm not going to turn to my right because it's probably like an up vehicle. It's going to be obnoxious. I can't do it.
The Cardinal game's on.
Oh, good. Cardinal game's on. We throw a little wager on that? But this is different because it was just an epic fail by the Spurs and a huge comeback by the Knicks. But New York is going to go, this is just New York insanity for a couple of days. But if you're a fan, there's 2 things. You have the epic comeback and you have a game-winning shot. So if you just had a game-winning shot, you'd be like, oh, my God, we won the NBA Finals on a tip. Oh, my God. And you had the massive comeback.
The hand of OG.
I like that.
That's what they're calling it.
I think the Knicks are going to have to be careful not to celebrate too much.
Yeah.
Thinking this is over. They're probably celebrating tonight and last night like
well, luckily they don't play again until Saturday.
So so they got some time to get over it. But I think we're going to see a different game in San Antonio Saturday. I would expect the Spurs to win that one. I think the Knicks may not have that kind of magic up their sleeve anymore. I know it's easy to come to the conclusion, well, this series is over, it's over. I wouldn't think it's over just yet. San Antonio's pretty good when they get it rolling. That first half, they played about as well as a basketball team can play.
Yeah.
They scored 76 points in the first half
Couldn't miss
and
from 3.
30 in the second half.
Yeah. Could not miss from 3.
Very unimportant. Do you remember the over-under yesterday?
216.5.
Was it?
I think so.
I thought it was around 212. Okay, so they ended at 213. At halftime, I said, holy crap, they're going to score 400 points.
Yeah, right. I mean, 41 points in the first quarter.
How much heat on Mitch Johnson, which most people listening, who's Mitch Johnson? San Antonio Spurs coach, not Popovich. Is he eating it now?
Yeah, a decent amount. Obviously, he's the head coach. He's going to have to take a lot of the blame. But I think a lot of people right now are, I'm assuming Spurs fans are quite upset with De'Aaron Fox for exactly what Doug talked about. You have to have the presence of mind. on a team that's so young like the Spurs are, he is the veteran, kind of like the guy who you rally around. He's been in the league for a long time. For him to make that mistake, if it was Stephon Castle, if it was Champagny who made that mistake, it's like, all right, well, these guys are young. But that is a veteran making a huge mistake. Now, it has nothing to do with the fact that they gave up a 29-point lead. One play is not the main reason there. That's a team thing. That's a Mitch Johnson thing. But that's what people are going to focus on.
On the shot by Brunson that was tipped in by Anunoby, so Wemby kind of flashes, right?
And
at Brunson. But if you watch the video, then he kind of runs towards the rim.
Right. Well,
Wemby, who's 7'5", 6", he's watching the whole thing. I don't know if he could have gotten involved.
No, I think the issue. So Anunoby inbounds the ball at half court. Brunson gets it. De'Aaron Fox is guarding Anunoby on the inbound. Fox and Wemby go to contest Brunson's shot, leaving Anunoby a clear lane to the basket. He's an unbelievable player, two-way player who is always going to crash the rim on a shot like that. And so he got a free lane to it. Why did they need two guys contesting when you had Victor Wembanyama at 7'5"? However, just mere seconds prior, Brunson did hit a three over Wembanyama's hand. So maybe, but
I saw him going down the lane. I'm like, I just want to. Could he have jumped me 7'6"? He might have been able to get a hand.
I would rather him
stood and watched.
I would rather him contest a Brunson three.
Agreed, but I'm saying I think he could have done both.
That's a lot. That was a 30-footer.
I know, but if you watch it, he runs back down the line. It's not a big deal, but I'm surprised that he's a spectator in that moment.
I think leaving one of the best rebounders in the NBA and OG Anunoby flying down the lane is a bigger issue.
Stop with this ear ooze.
Ear ooze?
How about we listen to Mike Breen's call of the final moments there?
Go flat for Jalen Brunson. Allow him to operate at the top. 1-on-1. Brunson gets it. Fires up a three. Shot no good. The tip. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. With 1.2 remaining. Knicks take the lead. OG Anunoby. And it's 107-106. Harper's going to inbound the ball. No timeouts left. They have to get it in. Loves it inside. Castle hasn't lost it. That's it. It's over. The greatest comeback in NBA playoff history. The Knicks pull off the miracle comeback and lead it 3 games to 1. Now 1 win away from a title.
You know, the Spurs were pretty close to completing that play there at the end. Had the pass from inbounds been a little higher.
It got tipped.
I know. Had he passed it a little higher so not get tipped.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
The guy may have caught that and had a layup.
Yeah.
That would have broken some hearts.
Yeah, that would have been brutal for Knicks fans. But yeah, Karl Anthony Towns deflecting the pass a little bit.
But nothing else went right for the Spurs in the second half. I don't know why that would.
Brutal.
Did you see Taylor Swift dancing with her homegirls there on the court?
I did. Alana Haim and Esty Haim.
Now, she is a Knicks fan known as...
Who knows?
It was good theater last night, whether she.
But I was wondering, is she known as a Knicks fan?
She's
My
not
mom
from
was
New
mad.
York.
My mom said, well, she was at the Cavs game. I said, Mom, that was because of Kelsey.
Right. Well, she's a Philly native, is she not?
I don't know. My mom told me she was from Nebraska. I said, Mom, I think that's
I think she's
wrong.
from Philly.
We'll have to look it up. Couldn't possibly know where Taylor Swift
Well,
is
she's
from.
like from somewhere smaller in Pennsylvania. I'm almost positive.
Okay. Well, she was into the game last night.
Screw the NBA. The lead is Tim's health status, Doug.
I don't know.
Some big tough. He's mad at you because what is Tim's health status?
He believes I picked the wrong lead.
Guys, the only reason this has been a big deal is because it happened in New York. Talk about the Cardinals. That's from Frank Drebin's Ghost. I think even if the Spurs had collapsed last night in Philadelphia, people would be like, oh, my God.
Biggest comeback in finals history.
It was 29 points in the second half.
Third quarter. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking deep. It's like 7.5 minutes into the third quarter.
They just kept making one mistake after the next. And you can blame it on the coach, I guess, but the Spurs, they just didn't hit shots.
Yeah. They went
They
ice
had all
cold.
kinds of shots they couldn't hit.
They missed 9 shots in a row there in the fourth quarter. It was brutal.
She's from Reading, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
According to the text line. Doug, when we need information, we could look it up, or we could just read a text and assume that it's true. That's the Air Comfort Service text inbox. One way to get involved. You also have the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat, where you can watch this show, and you can call in on the Callier and Thompson phone line. 7 o'clock hour, powered by Healthcare Evolution. They bring you Papers Hair every day on this program.
They sure do.
And we have the Polos Plus. dossier, which we mentioned. Larry Hughes at 8:30, former New York Knick, NBA vet. I'm sure I would love to see his group text that he's in, going around with the Allen Iversons of the world, just talking about that particular game. And then we'll get into the Cardinal game as well. They are red hot. That's 6 in a row. Some folks upset with Doug because he chose the Knicks. No. I honestly thought you would. I still thought Doug would say the Cardinals.
No. Anyone upset is either doing some shtick or misguided.
Well, then the entire text line is doing shtick.
Well, there are still more St. Louisans concerned about what happened to the Cardinals than what happened to the New York Knicks.
But in the big picture.
In the big picture, that's a story that we haven't seen before. It is for a championship, at least a championship series. And the Cardinal game was kind of a stomping.
They're too good. It's not fun.
Right. Well, the Mets look totally
make the games closer.
The Mets look totally uninterested, don't they? There's just a vibe around them, just an aura that says, we don't really care. At least that's the sense I get.
Hey, Nitwits, Taylor Swift is from Hendersonville, Tennessee. Doug, she's either from Tennessee or Pennsylvania.
Is Henderson right outside of Nashville?
Yes.
It's probably where she lives now, in a compound.
It's not shtick. Basketball's stupid. That's from Dirty Chewbacca.
Huh.
Good stuff.
Just don't care about basketball at all.
The sport itself is stupid.
Another day of association garbage and zero drops. TM has really changed its colors.
Okay, leave us alone.
Papers.
Is something funny?
No, because I like when you get a little rattled. Don't let them do it to you.
I'm fine.
That is part of this shtick.
I'm fine.
Doug, nice use of the word aura. That's from Sweet Sweet Kai.
You just kind of get that sense sometimes around teams that this team is here to lose. And that's kind of what the New York Mets look like right now to me.
Yeah, boy. Uninspired baseball in Queens.
Cardinals 9-2 winners. That's 6 in a row. They're 9 games over 500 for the second time this year. They're going for back-to-back sweeps. You got Weatherholt with 3 hits, Doug. You had Jordan Walker. He now has a career high in home runs, sitting here on June 11th. He's got 17. He's played 64 games. He hit 16 homers, Doug, his rookie season. How many games do you think it took to hit those 16, which he's already surpassed this year?
Oh, I'll say 100.
117.
Okay.
He's now on pace for 42 homers, 130 RBIs. And I think I see a lot of it on social media. Hey, let's get this guy to the All-Star. I think that's taken care of.
I would
Every
think.
team is, this is a month ago you could have said this. Every team gets at least one. We've had years where Paul DeYoung was hitting like 240 and got the spot.
Yeah.
So we don't need to lobby for Jordan Walker to make the team. You could start arguing maybe Alec Burleson should make the team.
Yeah.
RBI count now at 52. And you got Andre Palante kind of quietly. Just kind of a sneaky 7 wins right there.
He's been very good. Yeah.
ERA is under 4 at this point.
I think McGreevy is a possibility for the All-Star with the ERA under 3. I think Riley O'Brien with his, 17 saves at the moment.
Could I offer you Alec Burleson?
Yeah, well, if you rewind the tape 30 seconds ago, that was...
As a first...
Well, I'm trying to find some drops to play. What do you want? This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, my God.
This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, my God, he's gone.
Oh... I just think
Doug. I think Burleson can make the All-Star game. Hey, Jackson, Doug and I over here were discussing the All-Star game. What do you think about Burley maybe making it?
Love it.
I think he could make the argument. However, there are usually a lot of first basemen who put up even better numbers.
Right.
Tough position.
Good batting average, good RBI count. He's going to be padding that home runs.
Matt Olson will probably be your starter.
Not a wow number, but yeah. But it doesn't matter. Bottom line is they're playing great. I really liked that lineup last night. And at first, you're thinking loading up on righties to face a right-hander, but it was going to be a bullpen start. They knew the second guy in was going to be a lefty. So Velasquez gets to start. What does he do, Doug? What's that Nelson Velasquez do?
He hits the ball hard consistently. I mean, he really hits it hard. And also made a fantastic catch in left field. You see that?
Play him more. Okay, so your lineup, Weatherholt, Herrera, Burleson, Walker. You know that every night. There's your 4. And then they went Nootbaar, Wynn, Velasquez, Church, Fermin. That Jose Fermin quietly having a nice little year.
I believe I would move Velasquez up a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially now when Newt hadn't hit a whole lot. He had that game-winning homer. He hadn't hit a lot since. Maybe Velasquez into that spot.
Maybe behind Walker, yeah. But I like that comment to tell me who's not playing with that So right there, you look at that. Okay, well, who's not in the line? Well, Pies is not out there. Okay, Crooks didn't get to play. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gorman didn't play. Okay, fine. Like I love the choices last night.
Yeah.
And you look at it, no reason to pinch hit or sub anybody in or out. That looked like a more winning lineup to me.
Yeah, me too. Fermin at third had a couple of hits.
He's just a ball player.
Mm-hmm. Put him anywhere.
And Church has been a better hitter than we thought. Going for the sweep today. Hunter Dobbins on the mound. Cards and Mets afternoon game. Then they go to Minnesota. Doug, it's the traditional Mets then Twins road trip.
Mm-hmm. Mets have nothing to hold their heads down for, except they didn't play that well, and they gave away this World Series.
The greatest drops in the history of network TV, Frank Thomas. I think he kind of quietly got phased out. You still see A-Rod and Poppy, but all of a sudden Frank just kind of got locked off.
That's right.
The Mets now, they remain 15 and a half games out of first. That's rough.
They do look
with that
lifeless.
payroll. That's rough.
Doug, could you imagine if we would have traded Walker? Would have been a typical Mo move. Gus Chiggin's prospecting party. Well, they didn't.
Yeah.
Because I think they knew they had to give this thing a little longer run.
I didn't hear a whole lot of talk about let's trade Walker.
Not from anyone of substance, of fans.
I've heard it
who
about
want to trade anybody who has a bad outing.
Yeah. You hear it a little about Gorman, where people kind of believe that what we see is what we're going to get.
Yeah. Trade value.
Yeah.
Seemingly low.
Not great at the moment.
There was a post yesterday, I forget where I read it, but it was a detail from 2024, and it said the White Sox in doing the Eric Fetty deal. Remember they got Fetty and Pham all at the same time?
Yeah.
They were still kind of in the mix.
Who'd they move?
I don't even remember, but they said the Sox inquired about Walker. Can you imagine if Walker was in a Fetty deal?
Yeah.
And then he turned into a ball player?
If you got Eric Fetty and Tommy Pham for Jordan Walker.
Oh, we like that one back.
You might have to launch Busch Stadium 3 into the sun. Load it onto a catapult. Get rid of it.
Guys, Gorman's going to Galveston. That's from John Boy in Indiana. Do we have a squad?
Charles Barkley reference.
Is it?
Yeah.
What does that mean, that you're sent down?
Inside the NBA, they send teams to Cancun when they lose in the playoffs. But some teams, if they're undeserving of even the Cancun treatment, Charles Barkley will send them to Galveston, Texas, where he claims that the beach is just full of dirty water.
I was there once, and it wasn't a great beach.
A lot of oil leaks out into.
They're right by the NASA headquarters, I think. I think I've been there. Is it Beaumont?
I think it's just south of Houston, isn't it?
I believe so.
I think I've been there.
It's kind of a rough town.
Right.
My TMA STL, my chicken wings on the potty, my worst caller licks, Knicks, and 6. It rhymed. I don't know that was a haiku, Doug.
Yeah, I could buy the Knicks and 6. I really think the Spurs will turn it up Saturday.
At home.
Yeah.
Almost
days
guaranteed.
rest.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Knicks can say, it's fine, we'll just close it out at home.
I think if the Knicks had their druthers,
Mm-hmm.
I think if James Dolan had his druthers, I think ultimately, obviously, you just want to win. But if you could do it at MSG, it would be.
And is that just human nature that they'd be kind of down, like they're going to play their guts out? They're going to try and win, but they're like,
We still got a home game to fall back on.
Yeah, but yes, I think, mentally.
Because we're all saying it like as observers, that would be even better if they win at the Garden.
Right.
But as a player, you can't just.
Sure.
No, you got to go for it. You got to try to win everyone.
And I don't think these guys.
Right, but
just like the makeup of, especially like their starting five, is not of the, like, I don't know if I have like any quantifiable data to back this up, but it just seems to me like the guys, when you're talking like Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Karl Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby, these guys are there for one thing and one thing only, and that's to win basketball games.
At the same time, I think James Dolan, the owner of the Knicks, wouldn't mind if they had another Game 6 and he could make another $100 million off that another game.
No doubt. No doubt. And he's a showman, you know. He didn't put the Sphere in Las Vegas for nothing.
He was the guy who did that?
Yes, sir. That's his baby.
I haven't seen that yet.
The Sphere?
I have yes, the Sphere. I haven't seen it.
Seen it like you haven't been in it? Well, I guess you haven't been to Vegas.
I have been to Vegas.
No, I'm saying since it's been built.
No, not since it's. Have you been there?
I've been to me and Kurt went out to Vegas for our friends over at Circus Sportsbook,
right.
yeah. 2023, and we saw it, but we did not go inside of it.
I want to see the Wizard of Oz there.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I think that would be cool. I'd like to see a show there.
Yeah, they say a concert there is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Now, earlier, Jugs in D.C. said he was going to take the train to New York for Game 5. It's going to be in San Antonio. So don't take the train to New York.
Well, unless you want to
You
just
have a
hang
watch
out.
party, which they sometimes have.
How long would that take to take a train to New York?
From D.C.?
Well, from here.
From here?
Yeah, if you were here. I don't believe Jugs is actually in D.C., is he?
He is. Yeah.
I think he is.
Oh, yeah.
He sent pictures.
Yeah, he's in D.C.
So he's what, in Congress?
Yeah.
He works, I think he's government adjacent.
Speaking
That's
of that,
whatever he does.
Did you see the catch Eric Schmidt made
Unbelievable.
last night?
The laying out.
Laying out and comes up bloody.
In a Cardinal hat, too.
Former dispensed Spartan.
Yeah,
And then he played at Truman State.
Yeah, you could tell he played a little bit.
Doug, you can get to New York on a train from St. Louis in just shy of 27 hours.
Oh, wow. You could drive it in a lot less than that, couldn't you?
I bet it's about
16.
16, 17 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the train's more folksy.
It is.
Yeah.
Every summer I say
It stops more, which is nice.
every summer I'm saying this is the year I'm going to take the train to Chicago.
Oh, love doing it.
Have you've done it?
Yeah, I did it with my brother when we went up to...
Recent, yeah.
Yeah, a year or two ago. And
I don't
went-
know the years.
Took the train up to Milwaukee after that.
How many stops does it take between here and Chicago?
Decent amount.
Like half a dozen
But
or
it
so?
really, the difference in time of, by the time you like get through traffic, if you're like going downtown, like if you're going from St. Louis to Union Station in Chicago, which is right there by the Willis Tower, like you avoid all the traffic of Chicago. It's basically about the same amount of time as it would take to drive.
Yeah. And you can relax and read instead of white knuckle drive at 85 miles an hour.
It's like $50, $60.
Pretty empty?
Yeah.
Depends on the day, depends on the weekend, but you usually have some space. Yeah.
A lot of people getting off at Kankakee.
On the way there, from my experience and some friends' experience doing it, the train there is nicer on the way there. Like you get a little bit more leg room. It's nicer. And the way back, it can get a little tighter.
Oh, no.
I wonder what that's about.
I don't know. But
Can you
I've
just
had,
hop in a boxcar and end up somewhere?
Like a hobo?
you're on the lam.
Just
Like
run
in
along
theory.
next to it? And
Yeah, and hop in and...
I always thought they should be rewarded for that because that's a hell of a jump to get on.
Yeah.
It's incredibly dangerous.
But how do you know where
Absolutely.
that train is going?
You don't? That's kind of the fun of it, I think.
Huh.
Well, it's going west. You can kind of say, okay, and then you're going east. Okay, but then I guess they could always pivot. Why did you try that? I mean, safely, Kurt, but then call us and let us know where you are.
How you gonna
Kurt's travels.
How are you going to get up to speed?
Oh, I'm fast.
You're train fast?
I probably would get it like when it's first kind of getting going.
Okay.
That early chug?
Yeah.
Could I count on one of you to pick me up?
From
I'm in, like,
wherever,
Topeka or
wherever they
something?
spit you out?
I'm just really pressed for time.
Yeah.
I guess if you had your
Tell
Google
my
Maps,
wife
you
I
could
need
track
to-
where you're going.
Sure.
I got plans this weekend. Sorry. I got to go grab Kurt. He's in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yeah. On the
What happened?
Boxcar.
He just hopped on a train.
Oh, my God.
It'd be a nice adventure, though, wouldn't it?
I don't think I have that club in my bag, but there's a part of me that sounds like that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and video everything to see what happens to someone along the way.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Well, I think they're going to come along at night and like clock you in the head.
Probably.
Well, you have to get
Get
off.
you off
You have
the
to get
train.
off before nightfall.
Maybe I'll grab Ken and me and him
Nightfall.
can take a little adventure.
There you go.
Sounds like a
think he's
lot of
gonna be
effort.
Hopping. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be hopping on anywhere. I guess he could smoke there.
He gets thrown off stupid train anyway.
You're not talking about jumping on a passenger train.
No,
But
like a cargo, like a box, like an
Yeah.
empty box car, like the
Okay.
one that got stuck over before the fight over on the east side.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So
Fall
there's
back.
a chance that they could dump coal or something on your head while you're in this car.
You're gonna want to keep your head on a swivel.
I would think so.
The boxcar will be your grave.
Yeah.
Why does Doug hate the UFL? The United Bowl is Saturday. Good show prep.
Well, because the Battlehawks aren't in it anymore.
That's right.
Right.
I've lost my interest.
Does that mean you're going to have a pregame show, Martin?
No, it is not on Fox this weekend. We are all soccer all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard, but
Oh, yeah.
the World Cup is coming.
Yeah.
And it's coming to Fox.
Sure.
A lot of those days, Doug, you look up and say, "Oh, there's no 5 o'clock news." Oh, but
Yeah,
why? Well,
breaks your heart,
We got
doesn't it?
Senegal in a match with Bosnia. Oh, no 6 o'clock.
Is
And
this
then,
about to be the summer of Martin?
however, Doug, now we have digital channels,
Yeah.
so you still want to be able to provide news.
No, the last thing you want to do is leave people unaware.
So even when they cancel the news
Not
on
all
the main
of them, but
channel?
there
Oh, no.
some nights. Yeah. And
almost
we
the summer.
encourage everybody listening
Yeah.
to get the app, Doug. Fox 2 STL Plus.
It was so nice during the football season to have all those early sportscasts canceled by NFL games.
That's the sweetest of relief.
You know,
You look every week. Do we have the late game on Sunday? Do we have a doubleheader?
Anytime a game would go a little bit long, you're scheduled to have a show, so you still got to put one together. You got to do 2 or 3 hours of work to get it together. And then it runs a little bit long, so now instead of a 30-minute newscast, you got an 18-minute newscast, and then they say, well, we're going to dump sports. Everything you did right down the drain so we can do more weather.
Run it tomorrow, Doug. Yeah, it's a little dated.
World Cup starts today.
Yeah,
Mexico against South Africa, South Korea against Czechia.
We'll have that Mexico match for you. Probably blowing out a Judge show, maybe a Kelly Clarkson vehicle.
That game played in Mexico City. Huge advantage for the Mexican side.
Both games today.
You're sideways
same
about
stadium.
it.
I'm not. The host advantage.
U.S. begins against Paraguay. You got to see Paraguay.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. Guys, I recently took the train to and from Chicago for a weekend. It was 100% booked. Had no idea that was such a popular thing.
Is it really only $60?
When I went, it was about 60. Yeah.
As we looked into going just a short little trip to like Washington, Missouri, just to have the adventure of being on a train, and it was considerably more than that. It was enough that we said, it's not worth it.
Yeah, it was.
Kurt, what does the train cost? Not with you running next to it and hopping on. The Amtrak to Washmo. Well, let's say you and me wanted to go for a little weekend trip.
It was
Herman
60 one way. It wasn't 60 round trip.
To Washington, Missouri?
Yeah. Just from downtown Kirkwood Station.
Yeah. That's probably the first stop it makes.
$20.
Is that all it is now?
See?
Boy, it wasn't when we looked into it.
trying to
It
gouge
wasn't
you.
anywhere close to that.
Taking the Missouri River Runner 311.
There's a pretty good little bar scene right there in Washmo. Have you ever been there on the river?
Sure.
Great little spot.
It's a cool town.
It is a cool.
If you lived in a small town, America, that's the kind of town you'd want to live in.
And you can still go to a Cardinal game or a Battlehawks game.
Yeah.
Guys, can I express even more hatred against the absolute twink calling in yesterday? I genuinely woke up angry this morning thinking about the dumbass call. I don't ever get those minutes back in my life. Please ban him from ever calling in. I believe that's a callback. That was from that name. We had Chris in Des Moines. And papers got a little sideways late in the call. We didn't land the plane.
I didn't even know what he was talking about. I didn't care
that's
what he
the
was
call.
talking about. Nobody cared what he was talking about. He was talking
No.
about. Well, he was talking about like the housing of like the Indiana Fever players and what relation to him, I don't even know. And it was taking forever. We were late for 3 breaks, and I was getting fed up. And I think rightfully so.
Well, it's kind of odd that a caller would wake up worried about that particular
Mad
phone
about it.
call.
They
In most cases, I would agree. In that case yesterday, I understand.
But didn't you forget about it about 3 minutes after the call was over?
I did until I read the text. I'm like, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Our guy Chris in Des Moines, who's Griff 2 on the text line, but is mad at papers for not changing his name.
Jamie Rivers, he of the Fast Lane, came up to me later that day and said that he was listening at that time and couldn't believe what he was hearing. And he said he loved every second of it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Chris, call back in on the Fast Lane. Hey, Kurt, getting jumped by a crackhead and thrown off a train sounds like a lot of fun. That's from Rusty Pecker.
I actually think I could probably handle a crackhead.
Yeah. You might need a weapon of your own on there just in case you run into some.
I got 2 of them hanging off my shoulders.
Oh, my goodness. Lick my hoop.
Guys, then he started talking about his in-laws or his cousins or something. Yeah, okay.
I don't even remember. I'm furious. And now I'm getting upset.
You're upset because we took a call yesterday that went a little lengthy.
I couldn't believe it.
You're upset because I never quite can get to the break.
The Midwest goodbyes. The
Limping.
Midwest goodbye of radio.
Well,
hosts.
Doug, how was your morning? Did you have
Let me throw the break in.
coffee? Did you
And then
have a tea?
Crawl there.
Kurt, how are you feeling these days? How's your world? We're in the Stifel studios, the Pujols.
The Pujols Plus.
I want to say Pujols every time I read that. The Polos Plus. Dossier says we'll have Larry Hughes talking more NBA next with the epic comeback, down 29 points, biggest comeback in NBA Finals history, on the verge of their first championship since 1973. We'll talk to Larry Hughes at 8:30, Brad Thompson, 9:30. Cards going for the sweep over the Mets. There's 6 games. They've won 6 in a row. They're now 9 games over 500. We've got that Design Air email today. You can fire those off throughout the show. And this 7 o'clock hour brought to you by Healthcare Evolution. It's TMA on 101 ESPN.
Lifetime Roofing online at lifetimeroofingstl.com, serving the St. Louis metropolitan area since 2005. It's veteran and locally owned business. That's Dustin McClendon and his team at lifetimeroofingstl.com or by calling 314-800-0426. They are award-winning and A-plus rated, and you can ask about their literal lifetime warranty on new roofs and James Hardy siding. High-end customer experience, dedicated project management from start to finish with detailed inspections before every project. No surprises mid-job. That's so important if you are looking to tend to your roof. Clear scope, clear pricing, and no change order games. With Lifetime Roofing, online at lifetimeroofingstl.com or by calling 314-800-0426.
Papers, when you go to sports radio school, and they give you a CD on the way out. This would be on that CD.
100%.
Here you go, bumper boy.
No, I
bump in and out with that.
I meant to have a different thing, but I literally hadn't run out of time.
Is the broadcast center still open in Clayton? Talk about radio schools.
I don't think so.
I
Remember, it was on Hampton for years, right?
Yeah, it was a thing for a long time. A lot of people went there.
Push rock and roll, bump in and bump out, rock and roll. I remember that being actually said to the staff.
That's how they taught them?
No, we had gift card guy who said that.
Oh.
Play some more rock and roll. Just bump in and out of the breaks with rock and roll. Okay, well, that'll pay the bills.
I call in for my entire show.
It'll pay the bills. Doug, we took the train from Chicago to Centralia, Illinois. From Centralia to Chicago, it was $36 each round trip.
Wow. Big shout out to Seatown.
Seatown, the Orphans.
Damn straight. And then, of course, the women's team's the Orphan Annies.
Is that their name?
Yeah, that's right.
Packed the house for basketball. We've done some pieces up there. Whole town shows out.
My aunt, uncle, cousins.
Really?
Live in Centralia, yeah.
That's Gary Gaetti's hometown, right?
The Rat.
Damn right.
Okay, calm down.
Big shout out to Seatown.
Centralia, stand up.
Yeah. Today's your day.
My town.
Here's the power rankings of cities on fire right now.
Okay, so Larry Nichols, stand down. Here's Papers, Jackson's top 5.
The list of cities on fire right now.
On fire.
New York City, specifically in Manhattan. Centralia, Illinois, number 2.
Okay.
St. Louis, Missouri, number 3.
Okay, you're stretching? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you'd get more creative. Washmo,
number 3. Washmo, number 3.
Okay. St. Louis adjacent.
Jefferson City, number 4.
Oh, with OG Anunoby. True son.
Jefferson City High School.
This area is really hot right now.
London, England, his home where he was born.
Strick and I used to do a segment called Hottest High School, and we stole it from like 104 Magic or whatever, and they would just take calls. Strickland loved this segment. People would call and they'd say, "Who's the hottest high school?" And you would call in and say, "Fashawn," and then the next person would say, "Sumner," and they would just take calls the whole time.
Yeah.
Hottest high school. And there was no qualifier. You would just call in and say it.
I kind of like that.
We may have to fourth hour.
Yeah.
Fourth hour, because we're busy. We got Larry Hughes at 8:30.
Fourth hour yesterday, we looked up.
Breaks.
We looked up. What did we look up yesterday in the fourth hour? It took forever, and we couldn't figure out what was going on. We looked up something that there was dead air for like half of it. I can't even remember.
I don't remember.
That's bad.
I'm always stunned by the facilities high schools have now.
Yeah.
That
seen Principia?
a generation ago.
Have you seen Principia's stuff? Their new
I
gym?
have not. I can only imagine.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
But a lot of them, like Lindbergh and Kirkwood, right about me, they both have athletic facilities. A college could play at these places.
Yeah.
Just really nice. I wonder where all the money came from. Your tax dollars, I guess, in those cases.
Jackson, if Fenton's not on the list, it's not a worthy list. That's from Dirty Chewbacca.
If what's not on the list?
Fenton.
Fenton is 6.
6th,
It's
okay.
red hot.
The city's on fire.
Yeah.
Wright City is number 1. That's from Drinking with Kevin in Wright City.
Does Wright City have a high school? Probably not.
I don't know. Where would you send? Where do you?
Winsfield District,
Warrenton
maybe?
would be. Isn't Warrenton right down the road?
You're looking at the wrong guy there, Chief.
Hottest high school west of Troy.
Yeah, south of.
That way.
Yeah.
Chairman Kirk told me during the break that there's a caller that I guess has some history. Why do I not know the history of Vianney's hottest mom?
You're not up to that season yet, I have to guess.
So this is an old school caller?
HD2 era.
Yeah.
HD2 era. So, okay, be ready,
in a
Doug.
post-gift card world.
Okay. Push rock and roll. Okay, this is Vianney's hottest mom calling into TMA, which is brought to you by Brown and Crouppen.
Oh, Martin, you need not worry. I'm just, I'm actually calling in to discuss the most wholesome topic of all, which is trains.
Oh, yeah.
I want to get back on your Amtrak topic. I didn't want to spend any time on the NBA Finals finish. For the
Papers.
All right. Well, what is
bad start?
No, so I've lived in Chicago for 14 years. I'm a St. Louis native, obviously, living in Chicago, so I have a lot of experience with this here Amtrak. And there's 2 things you need to know if you're taking the Amtrak to Chicago. There's 2 lines. There's the Texas Eagle, which comes up all the way from, you guessed it, Texas. And you don't ever want to book that one because it's coming so far. There's so many opportunities for things to go wrong before it gets to St. Louis. It's like booking a flight at 8 p.m. You're really setting yourself up for things to go wrong. there is the Lincoln service, which it sounds like what Jackson took. That just goes from St. Louis to Chicago only, back and forth. And that's really pretty great. They've improved it in the last few years.
Is that the double-decker?
That is not the double-decker. I've never been on one that's a double-decker.
That's the one I took.
Texas Eagle.
That's the one I took to Chicago.
To Chicago. So maybe you did take the Texas Eagle, and it sounds like you got lucky.
It was like a early train.
Top or bottom?
Top.
The times are not always great, but you can often, if you buy it, say 3 to 4 months in advance. Usually, to Doug's point, you can do Chicago to St. Louis round trip for about $60. Between 60 and 100 at most. They do sometimes jack it up for holiday weekends, and then Doug talked about taking it to Washington. They do kind of also do that dynamic pricing. I mean, you can check the price on Monday, and it's $40, and then check it a few days later and it's $120, and then check it a few days after that and it's $50. So I mean, it changes all the time. So if you're not thrilled with the price, you can just come back in a few days, like the St. Louis
I'm going
weather.
to Chicago. Stand up.
But so yeah, and they've really improved it a lot, even in the time I've been, last 15 or so years that I've been riding it from St. Louis to Chicago. I think it gets up over 100 miles an hour in some straightaway stretches, like Jackson said, it really doesn't take that much longer than driving. The Wi-Fi is not great. It'd really be great if the Wi-Fi was good, because then you could work and do things on it. But
how's the food?
You can read.
What's the food sitch?
Food? Oh, Doug, you'd love the food. It's it's like White Castle hamburgers in the microwave.
Oh.
It's hot dogs. It's pretzels.
Sounds like a press box, Doug.
It does.
It is, and they jack up the price for it, but not too bad, not like Cardinals style pricing. And then, of course, if you so wish, Martin, they do sell beer and wine on there, maybe even hard alcohol. So
I like how you dressed you.
So that makes it a little more fun, and it's really kind of a microcosm of America. I mean, you've got college kids, who go to Loyola up here or Northwestern or SLU down there, going back and forth, going home. You have, without fail, you always have some, and I don't want to speak out of turn, but some like Mennonite or Amish people, some dressed in that manner. You have just really kind of all kinds of different people. So it's kind of cool. And the majority of the time I take it, it sells out. But yeah, I think it's really it's been a nice thing for me to get back to St. Louis all these years.
How about that? And what was your history with the show as the hot Vianney mom? Was your previous call?
It was just kind of I think there's a number of guys from around my era. I graduated in 2006 who, it's kind of an inside joke with them, but I've that's always been my name when I've called in, and that's all. Just a name, not even the weirdest name to call into the show, I wouldn't say.
Well, what are you doing in Chicago?
Oh, I just kind of moved up here for the heck of it and never left. I work in marketing, and I got a journalism degree from Mizzou, just like you, Doug. I told you this in the past. I wouldn't expect you to remember me. I did do a summer internship at your big channel, Channel 4. Where I got
you're so big, you don't remember these people?
Well, I can't see his face.
Okay.
I wouldn't. I only talked to him 2 or 3 times. I wouldn't expect him to remember me. And he stood out as one of the nice on-air personalities. Couldn't say that for quite all of them. But
shut up, nerd.
But no. No, so I've been up here a long time, but TMA has been a nice way to stay connected to St. Louis, so I appreciate what you guys do.
You feel very plugged into the sports scene, don't you, when you listen to this show and we segue into Amtrak talk?
Exactly.
All right.
You do. Well, I feel really... What were you going to say, sir?
Don't be a stranger, and by that, call into after the morning after whenever you'd like. No, I'm kidding, of course. We're just saying goodbye. I'm working on my goodbyes.
You should hop in on after the morning after sometime, but I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good day.
Well, all right,
thanks,
sir.
Vianney's hottest mom.
I was trying to say goodbye.
Yeah.
I'm struggling with the goodbyes.
Yeah.
And then you didn't help because he was still there.
I know.
I feel like our callers linger.
Oh, big time.
Well, I mean, you could control that.
But I want to be kind,
We say, okay, see you later. And then like 30 seconds later, yeah, I agree, Doug. That's a great point.
It takes some stones to call in, So I want to give them, wide berths. But eventually, we are a radio program. They're like a train that has to make some stops.
But ours is a show where friends feel they can drop by at any time.
It's a real, dichotomy there.
Mm-hmm.
Open phone lines. I think, is it John Boy on hold?
John Boy?
Yes.
Who's John Boy?
We should probably first say we've received several texts saying Wright City does indeed have a high school. I've just not ever heard it. I don't
We've
think.
covered that.
It's important that we get on that.
Yeah.
And actually, I think I've been out there. That's the greater Innsbruck area, which is that whole area out there is exploding.
Yeah, Innsbruck is
Kurt,
cool.
did you not text me and say John Boy was on the line?
I see
did.
callers on there. I don't know.
And just to save me another text, John Boy and Doug's quarter zip,
Oh, blue feet.
Oh, Doug's Quarter Zip is our chant guy.
Yeah.
which he has a question about, and also something about jet skis.
Okay, so but to be fair, I'm not playing favorites here. John Boy, not the Twitter John Boy, but a caller John Boy is on the line. Welcome.
Good morning, guys. How are you doing?
Oh, we're fine.
We're loaded. We're loaded, you can tell.
Great. I'm driving to Missouri right now from Indiana. So I was going to ask you, Martin, curious here.
Oh, we lost him, Doug. We lost
Hello,
him.
caller. We lost him.
All right, well, we tried. That's
That's the end of that.
You
decided.
I gave him time.
No, you took my advice and you just got rid of people quicker.
Well, that he can call back in.
He can call back. Doug's Quarter Zip, however, is our friend of the show who likes to start chants kind of as a way to get the gang going, the Tarps Off gang.
Sure, yeah.
And he is with us now, Doug's Quarter Zip.
Hey, fellas. How you doing?
Well, hello, Quarter Zip.
Doug, what quarter zip you wearing right now?
Well, I have my little Billiken jacket on because it's so cold in the studio. I have to keep it here. I never know how to dress because sometimes it's really cold in the studio.
That makes sense with it being 99 outside.
How about a true son like Doug Vaughn wearing Billiken gear? Is this because they berated you at the alumni luncheon we went to?
No, it's because it's something I can keep here at the station. And,
It's also on the heels of him saying he's going to be rooting for SLU in that Mizzou matchup.
well,
Papers was there that day. Did it not get a little tense?
I walked in while it was going on.
A couple of gentlemen were not happy that Doug thought they should play SLU. Little did they know Doug was rooting for SLU.
well, not in a big way. I'm just saying I know the people at SLU. I personally know them. I don't really personally know anybody playing for Mizzou or coaching at Mizzou right now.
Clip that, Papers.
Doug,
when Gates calls.
Doug.
Yeah.
I was told by a fellow listener who recognized my voice that I need to call in and ask you about Iggy. Iggy used to say that you need to start wearing 3/4 zips.
He said
all the way down to the belly button?
He wanted to wear a 3/4 zip, I thought.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay. He said that you were trying to wear those and that you like to have your nipples out.
Okay.
That isn't a terrible question.
I don't mind wearing a plunging neckline from time to time.
No, that's a very good question. Oh, man, I can only imagine what that looks like. That's probably nice.
Yeah, it is.
I also heard you used to rip jet skis on the Mississippi.
I used to rent. I think you could do it up there by Alton Lake, maybe, right?
It sounds dangerous.
Huh.
If I did, that would have been where it was long time ago.
Hopefully not on the Mississippi.
Yeah, she said it was a long time ago.
This is building to something. I can feel it.
You're ready for the payoff, Papers.
Did you, Papers, did you do my chant on Friday like you said you were? Are you a man of your word?
I didn't get a chance to get down to the Tarps Offs. I was literally sitting on the complete opposite side of the ball yard.
You couldn't, and you can't walk.
No, yeah.
You got 9 innings, 2.5 hours.
I know. Well, I was locked in, They were playing well. I didn't want to jinx it.
That's true. It's a good point. Ever since they stopped doing the chant, they've been just, tearing it up.
Red hot.
Maybe I am the catalyst for that.
Well, that takes leadership to understand that, putting yourself last, make sure you're putting the team first.
Yes, exactly. Where's Tim?
Okay,
He's ill.
Tim is out.
Under the
He's
weather.
on assignment.
I think there was a chance he'd be back Friday, but I'm guessing Monday. If I had to guess.
I would guess that as well.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Got to rest up that voice, that beautiful voice.
Okay, easy.
Did you want to jump into Mississippi? That was one of the suggestions that you're getting.
I might do that after this. I'm kind of going over a bridge right now at 270, so
Be careful.
I'll do that.
Be safe. Okay, that's Doug's quarter zip, and Jackson, you were wrong. It did not build up to something.
We did. Well, we cut it off. I think sometimes they like to get
you
that.
snipped him, did you?
Oh yeah, you're gone.
Okay.
Martin, it wasn't one. Yeah, I just hit the buttons here. Well, you were like, hey, thanks, Doug Squarzip, so I ended the call.
All right.
John Boy's back if you care.
And his text inbox, his name is John Boy in Indiana. And he texted in, guys, I'm back on the line. So he's texting in that he's called in. John Boy in Indiana.
I'm back. I'm sorry. I had bad service. I'm in Illinois, driving to Missouri.
Shout out Illinois.
Okay. Still there? All right. So anyway, if Busch Stadium is filled up consistently this summer and keeps getting more packed, Martin, do you think that the DeWitts would have any motivation to put some pressure on Chaim to buy at the deadline, just for the sake that it would definitely fill the pocketbooks a little bit? Do you think that they would put that pressure on Chaim, or do you think they will let him kind of go with the status quo? Curious what your thoughts are.
Okay. Real question. That's on a car phone. That's John in Indiana on a car phone. I think the honest answer is that they'll let Chaim do whatever he thinks makes the most sense. Obviously, the DeWitts weigh in, but I think they've given him a fair amount, even much like Mozeliak, a lot of carte blanche. But I don't think they're going to do anything bold at the deadline. What I said is just don't subtract. Like, even if you were to trade O'Reilly O'Brien, what are you getting in return? You know, it's a massive. I think keep the core is what I would say. But no, I don't think that they'll do anything over the top. In part because they want the guys they have, they kind of want playing on a regular basis.
Things are going so well right now. I'm not sure what kind of big shakeup you would do or even want right at the moment. Now,
always get a reliever.
That can change in one night with an injury or two, of course. But if things stay the way they are right now, I wouldn't see them going out and doing a lot.
If you guys did a predictionary today, do you any of you say that they are going to make the playoffs, or do you think that July is going to be the real test to actually see if they make it?
Somebody was texting in earlier. Are they making the playoffs? Have we done predictionary like 8 different times this year saying they're in, they're out?
Not really.
Okay. If you had to say on June 11th.
I would say yes.
It's hard not to, and then you're like, I guess.
I mean, we're on the heels of a 6-game winning streak, and the last 2 games.
Just looking around the National League, I mean, it's a long season, but
yeah, yes, I would say yes. Right now, it's June the 11th. I would say yes.
Yeah, I'd say yes at the moment.
Yes, yeah.
I think as a wild card team, I don't think they'll overtake the Brewers.
Yeah, at the moment, you have to be pretty pessimistic to be like, I don't think this team is making the playoffs. Which you wouldn't. I'm not saying you're wrong if they were, but you just generally be pessimistic.
At this point, looking at the National League, can the Cardinals be one of the top 6?
Yes.
And you're like, yeah, okay, you got me thinking that way. Yes. All right, John.
I would say yes as well. So I appreciate the call, and I hope you guys have a great day.
Oh, what a wonderful sentiment there.
What an old school, legitimate, just chopping it up phone call.
Well, if you want, who do you recommend we trade? Somebody said trade for Scooble, Doug. What do you think? Let's be bold.
Well,
give me your fucking feet.
Somebody else said, imagine what would have happened if we kept Donovan. You said that, Doug, during the offseason. That lineup would look a little more lengthened.
If you had him at third base.
But you picked up some pieces. And
so then Donovan would for sure be playing third, right?
I think so.
In this scenario now, especially.
Do you think that would have messed up Weatherholt being on the opening day roster? That's the question you have to ask.
No, it probably would have.
I don't know.
That's a big part of your young
He's so good. I think you got to find room for Weatherholt. I don't think he'd be the one off the roster.
Right. But that would be a results-oriented thing, being like, well, what if we had Donovan? It was the right move at the time, and I still probably think even if we look back in a couple of years, it'll say it's probably the right move.
Guys, this is the point where you give us the odds. Do your job. That's from Chaim's Gold Chain.
That's our job, to manufacture odds of the Cardinals making the playoffs.
Donovan's been hurt all year, I think, but the point is you didn't know that going in. Like that type of player.
Where did you think this team was going to be top of the wild card in, early to mid-June?
Guys, can we still trade Carlson for Soto? It's from Sugar Honey Iced Tea.
Carlson still with the Cubs, but got sent down.
I lose track of him.
Yeah,
he was on the Orioles.
They wouldn't still have Soto. They wouldn't be able to afford
Boy, what
Soto.
a disappointment.
Carlson was on the Cubs opening day roster, but I don't know where he's at right now.
Guys, hold on. Is this Sports Talk Radio?
It went that way for just a few moments.
Kind of broke that way for a moment.
We're trying to talk trains. It's not our fault.
4 plate appearances, 4 ABs in 2026 for Dylan Carlson for the Cubs. You're wondering what he did in those 4 at-bats?
What did he do?
0 for 4.
Yeah.
2 strikeouts.
There's a career that really went nowhere.
Really.
Promising start.
Big disappointment.
Yeah, and he's a good dude, too, I feel.
Yeah.
Who?
Carlson.
Kind of low-key, quiet guy.
Cardinals plus 145 to make the playoffs.
Plus 145?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Is there a list of nationally, like in order? Where would they be? Like 6 most likely, 7
make
to 8?
the playoffs?
Yeah.
I would bet that they're, 6th or 7th most likely.
What about Jed Jerko, guys? Could he still play third?
Probably.
Will they trade May?
That's
I think
question.
that was always sort of the idea, is that maybe if he's good, you could peel him off.
Not if they're in the race, I don't think.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I don't think you
No.
can subtract from a team that's contending.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a
October.
crusher to a team. To be in playoff contention, you take the guy who's really been their best pitcher for the last 2 months and say, we're going to subtract him. I don't think you could do that to a team or a fan base.
Cardinals 5th most likely to make the playoffs in the National League.
Mm-hmm.
Brewers, Braves, Dodgers, Phillies 4th?
Braves, Brewers, Dodgers. Yeah, Phillies.
Phillies. And then Cards.
Cards, Cubs, what? Probably not.
Cubs are significantly lower than the Cardinals in terms of percentage.
Got it.
How about that?
Like where we're at.
Where's Tim? More drops. Show sucks. That's from Salty Bald Dad from Casey.
Gosh.
Team A brought to you by Brown and Crouppen. We're here in the Stifel Studios, 7 o'clock hour, powered by Evolution Healthcare. We'll talk some NBA with Larry Hughes at 8:30. Brad Thompson's coming up at 9:30. Michelob Ultra YouTube chat. Let's take a look. Leg lengthening. That's the last.
They think Tim's leg lengthening.
That's where he is.
Michelob Ultra, Martin. It's
YouTube.
95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs. Beautiful weekend, hopefully. They're saying tomorrow's going to be nice. Great time to enjoy a Michelob Ultra. It's also a great time if you have any AC issues, HVAC issues, to hit up Design Air Heating and Cooling.
Design Air Heating and Cooling is online at designairservice.com. That is Seth Goldcamp and his team at Design Air Heating and Cooling, the longest-running sponsor on The Morning After, going back a decade. Design Air Heating and Cooling. And right now, they have something for TMA listeners, and that's maintenance agreements. They are effective and convenient ways to keep your system running all year long, year after year after year. They take the pressure off you as a homeowner. Design Air contacts you to schedule your air conditioning tune-up and your furnace safety inspection and cleaning. You sign up, and you can forget about it. Like all their services, maintenance visits can be scheduled at designairservice.com. That's Design Air Heating and Cooling, online at designairservice.com.
Personally, I'd rather hear Doug continue talking about corn nuts. That was yesterday's. I'm sorry, that was a Wednesday topic.
I don't have a lot of knowledge about corn nuts.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever even had them.
We'll get there.
Okay. It's time for a break, Papers. What are you waiting for? Let's go. It's TMA on 101 ESPN.
This is Jackson with a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. The Cardinals win last night in Queens over the Mets. Back in action today to complete the sweep. 12:10 p.m. first pitch for the Cardinals. Hunter Dobbins on the mound. That was another Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
See the post-game celebration? There was a shot of Seinfeld looking just
couldn't believe what he'd seen. Yeah.
And over his left shoulder, that Marquette number 11 jersey. See, that's plastered everywhere.
Is that Tyler Kolek?
Tyler Kolek's Marquette jersey.
Yeah.
Now in the Knicks.
Doesn't play much come finals time.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
you're trying to win a title and you're not going to play Tyler Kolek?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I saw Kirk Herbstreit had a front row seat. Larry David was there.
They put out the list of all the celebs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Who were going to be there. And Brady Cook was in the building.
Oh, was he really?
Not courtside, but in the building.
And Shaq said he hates Larry David because he tripped me, and that was a curb?
That was a curb thing.
I've almost forgotten. That's probably 20 years ago.
That was a long, yeah. The curb was on
20 years ago.
Non-consecutively for like 25 years. But it was only...
We just kind of come back, and then we go away, then we
went
come
away,
back.
It went away for like 08 until 2017 or something. 08 or 09.
Friend of the show, Charles Barkley, talked about what he witnessed there. The Knicks coming back from 29 points down to beat the Spurs and now lead the NBA Finals 3-1.
Ernie, I've been in the NBA for 40 years, probably longer, actually. I've never experienced what I experienced tonight. And listen, we're going to have to give the Knicks their flowers. But, man, San Antonio.
Chuck, doesn't this surpass the 30 points in a row by LeBron?
Yes, that
was our best
That was the
game
most
that we were in
amazing thing I've seen when LeBron scored.
Until this. Right.
When LeBron put on that show in Detroit that night.
Yes.
This topped that.
This surpasses it. This is the finals.
There's nothing like you're like, I can't believe what I just saw. And listen, if you're the Spurs, man, you got to be kicking yourself. But that was some of the dumbest basketball I ever seen in my entire 63 years.
Yeah. I can't remember a bigger blown opportunity really in any sport right there at the finals, whether it's World Series or NHL, where a team had that sizable of a lead and coughed it up.
Yeah, it's crazy. 28-3.
How about the Super Bowl when the Falcons
28-3? 28-3 is the...
He just activated Stalter now by reminding him of his Falcons.
28-3 would be in that conversation.
The Nats against the Cardinals in that Game 5 of the NLDS, not on par with an NBA Finals.
It's tough. But, it's tough with baseball because, when you think of, Game 6, 2011, obviously one swing changes it, but when you have them down to the last strike multiple times, it's right there. It feels maybe just as bad, but 29 points... was so much time. I mean,
the only thing comparable in baseball may have happened last night when who was it? Washington led the Giants 9-1 and lost 11-10.
Oof.
It was 9-1 in the 8th inning.
Oh God.
Sharon and Clayton picking up on what I heard there, too. Charles Barkley quoting Jack Buck when he said, I don't believe what I just saw off the Kirk Gibson home run. Mm-hmm. Chuck Barkley channeling some Jack Buck there.
Yeah. I mean, for these guys who've been around the NBA, like Chuck said, 40-plus years, and to never see anything like that, it's tough to see something you've never seen before after that many years.
Boston over New York in 2004, that was the ALCS. That was a series shifting.
Yeah.
Not so much one game.
Although
you had the comeback game, the Dave Roberts steal that kind of ignited the Game 4 win.
Right.
What's the percentage of St. Louis listeners who give an F about these Knicks?
Okay, stop it.
That's from Professor Roy Hinckley. He's a professor.
Does he want me to actually give what I think? 60 to 70% of people who listen to the show, I think, care.
Are interested in an NBA final.
And Martin,
interested
you know who Roy
in this
Hinckley
especially.
was, right?
I'm blanking.
He was a professor in Gilligan's Island.
Oh.
That was his real name in Gilligan's Island, Professor Roy Hinckley. So this guy is probably not a professor.
Did he build a coconut radio?
He could build everything but a damn raft to get him off the island.
Yeah.
What did he ever do after Gilligan's Island, Doug? Think he can get
I don't know, but he had been he was a World War II hero. He'd been in all kinds of heavy duty combated World War II.
Kurt with a C is on the line. That's Kurt with a C. And how do we feel about Kurt with a K over my shoulder? Partial to those. But this is Kurt with a C calling in to TMA on 101 ESPN.
Hey, good morning, gang.
Hello, Kurt.
I hope you guys are doing well.
We're fine.
I'm really enjoying the show this morning, even without our broadcast hero.
Okay, easy.
Well, I'm not like a super religious person, but I have been praying, every day, that Tim will overcome this, and get back to 100%, and really, doing what he does best.
People are finding the Lord to get Tim back.
A conversion.
Well, your prayers haven't been answered yet, have they?
I know. It's really, sometimes I grew up in a Baptist church, and we were big on, praying constantly. So maybe I'm not praying enough.
Yeah, could be.
These people have become
I don't know. I got to.
You could probably just start, if you guys want to just put flowers out on the curb here outside Hubbard.
And vigil.
Just like a vigil has begun.
That's such a great idea.
Okay.
I've got the day off, so, I might do that today.
Maybe leave me a gift card.
So the reason I was calling, the last time I called in, Doug, you weren't very happy with me because I told you that I was going to go back and listen to some episodes of the show from 2012.
It seems odd,
Well, I don't think it's odd. I love the show, and you miss a lot of stuff, So there's only so much that Jackson could put into that little skeleton. So, you got to go back and
do your own work, We'll due diligence.
Right.
And listen to radio shows from 14 years ago.
Yeah, but they're evergreen.
Exactly. But, right. Tim had, the greatest Marco Scutaro take during the 2012 NLCS. Really, just awesome take. He just said everything that I think everybody was
Okay, enough of the eliminating. Enough. Do you have a hot take?
I do.
I'll put on the hot take gloves in case it's really a scorcher.
It is.
Okay.
So I've actually been listening to some shows from 2019, and
you got a lot of Kurt with a C. You got a lot of time on your hands.
Today I do, yeah.
Okay. Well, in general, it sounds like you've been going through the archives. Are you a married man? Do you have a family plan?
Yeah. Remember, I'm 40 years old, and I have 2 kids and a wife and everything.
Kurt with a C who seemed to be kind of fond of Jackson.
I am fond of Jackson. I think he's great at what he does. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of this guy.
And all of a sudden Jackson's like, "We're not in a hurry, Martin. Go ahead and let it breathe.
Take your time.
Let it breathe."
Yeah. Tell Larry we'll be a little late.
So, Tim was talking about how he was going to sit down and watch Donnybrook. I think this was August 2019, and there was a discussion on Donnybrook. And
goodness.
Somebody had floated the idea of Tim being on, and I actually always wanted to ask Tim if he had considered pushing to be a part of Donnybrook, because I think he would be a great addition to that show. I know right now he's got a lot on his hands at Hubbard, but I think that he would be an absolute stud on that show.
It's Thursday. It's Donnybrook, bitches.
There's the promo for the show.
Papers. You're on fire, buddy. No wonder Eric wants to date you. Or Kurt.
So, I know you guys get in to do show prep at 4 o'clock in the morning. So, do you guys ever bring it up to Tim? Hey, you really need to look into getting on Donnybrook.
No,
not
once. Not once have we even had that thought.
Usually in the makeup and hair and makeup chairs before we like to pitch ideas around about,
Well, now, but Doug's saying that he doesn't ever think about it. I don't understand, he's your partner on the show. Don't you want the best for him?
We're concerned about this show, not someone else's show that we're not even on.
But don't you want him to get more exposure?
No, I don't care about that.
How could you not care about that?
Oh, for heaven's sakes. This is a world-class lemming. I'm going to take the hot...
No, I think Kurt with a C is doing a little bit of shtick, but he's rolling with it.
I'm really not. The thing is, I'm kind of playing it up for the radio,
okay,
sure.
Sure.
But I I do want to see Tim on Donnybrook, and I think that, the first step is you guys maybe, you guys have some connections over there. Doug, you're still big in the industry over there.
I am not
big in the industry.
You've got to know some people at Channel 9.
I don't know a soul at Channel 9. Not one person.
Martin, you've got to know some people.
Yeah, and my theory is if you don't know someone, you know someone who knows that person. So you can always get to that person. So, okay, Kurt with a C, I'm writing it down, suggests getting Tim on Donnybrook.
Yes.
Okay.
I think he'd be a great replacement, a permanent replacement for the great Ray Hartman. And,
Sounds like a serious take. All right. Well, Kurt, Papers, is it okay if I wrap the call?
Yeah, Kurt, we appreciate the call.
How much lemonade must we endure?
Thank you.
We'll pass it along. Thanks, Kurt. Whew. Good call. Strong call. Rack 'em.
That was a good call?
Yeah, big rack 'em.
Chuck, strong call. Great call. Get the hook, Jackie. Kill it. From Jared Chadwell.
If he wants to be
Doug, when they say, Papers, I think you're great, you do a really good job, he's like, just let it breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
We're not in a hurry suddenly.
No, you don't have to wrap up. If he wants to be on Donnybrook, I'm sure he can make some calls and inquire about that. It's not up to us to have a meeting about it.
Well, if we want to keep that momentum going, Martin, Mike has a hot take.
Oh.
For the love of God, shoot that dork into the center of the sun. I'd say strap some cinder block shoes to him. Get some spelunking off the JB Bridge, but I think complete incineration is necessary. Wow, that's a little strong. That's from Carlos Spicy Winner.
Shut up, nerd.
Okay, Mike.
Start using that one.
Mike, more. I'm just looking at the visual you have over there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
is that a man, woman?
Hello, Mike.
Hey.
Well, hello, Mike. We hear you.
It was strong.
What's going on?
Not that we thought maybe you had a hot take since you called us.
I sure do.
All right. Now would be the time.
Tony Gwynn is the most overrated hitter in MLB history.
Why would you say that?
Wow, Doug.
I mean, he's not even the best, not even close to being the best in his generation. I mean, Wade Boggs is better. I mean,
what made you think of that?
I don't know. It's been a hot take that, I tell all my friends because we all love baseball, and that's my hot take, and everybody disagrees with it. The dude that called in about hot takes is just, inspired me.
Tony Gwynn could have an 0 for 1,182 consecutive strikeout streak and still would have a career batting average above 300.
Absolutely. But if you go back and look at Wade Boggs' numbers, it's not always about the strikeout. I mean, Wade Boggs had a better OPS. If I remember off the top of my head, his career batting average is like less than 10 points less than Tony Gwynn, but he had a better on base. He had, I think, almost the exact same slug. I'd rather have, as a pure hitter, Frank Thomas over Tony Gwynn.
Because he had more home runs.
No, not because he hit more home runs.
Well, what is it then?
Well, let me ask you this. When you say overrated, is he a Hall of Famer?
I think he's a Hall of Famer, but not as a surefire Hall of Famer as everybody talks him up to be as,
He had 3,141 hits. He was a 15-time All-Star. Career batting average 338. He played 20 years in the major leagues.
How about this,
think he's
Doug?
a Hall of Famer?
Tony Gwynn went to the plate 10,232 times, fell behind in the count 0-2 just 709 times. Yeah. And even then, bat 267 from that.
What are your this is Mike. Mike, what do your friends say when you bring this up? They say, okay, that's enough. Put the Jaeger down. Let's go. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, quite literally, I say Tony Gwynn is the most overrated hitter of all time. They're like, okay, you're talking out of your butt.
Oh.
Okay. Well, we've all got takes. Papers had a dangerous take yesterday. This one is borderline dangerous, Doug. It's a hot take.
But it's about time we started blistering Tony Gwynn. He has it coming.
If I say to Ichiro, are you no doubt first ballot?
In what sport?
That's a great question. All right, Mike. thanks for the call?
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
Oh, and there you go. Rap. Okay. Yeah, well, you know what? I think people feel emboldened. Somebody calls in, and then they kind of ground out to short. They're like, oh, okay, I could put it into the outfield.
Yeah.
And then the next guy kind of lines it to second. And then they say, well, I could probably lay a bunt down. I think that's what's happening.
I just,
what is happening?
What made him think of Tony Gwynn right now?
Arguably the best pure hitter
one of
the last 30, 40 years.
He's a great player. He's a Hall of Famer. My point is overrated. Based on what? Well, I think Hank Aaron's better. Well, okay.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. So are we overrated based on what? What does that mean? He's a Hall of Fame player? Agreed? Okay.
Was he a good basketball player?
He played in college.
San Diego State?
Yeah. He certainly got the most out of his physical frame, his physical abilities. Because he wasn't, he wasn't a big guy at all. 5'11", 225. Looked like he was a little bit overweight, but boy, he could hit.
He was taken in the 10th round of the NBA draft by the Clippers.
They used to have that many rounds in the NBA draft? I guess so. They've dropped down to 2 now.
Which is kind of a tough deal if you get drafted in the 10th round, since they only need like 1 or 2 new guys a year.
That's the thing. It's like, it doesn't even make any sense for them.
One year, somebody drafted Bruce Jenner because they said they were going for the best athlete available. Yeah. He had just won the Olympic
decathlon.
Yeah.
Tony Gwynn had more college basketball assists than he had Major League Baseball strikeouts.
Think about that.
Okay.
And a tremendous human being, by all accounts.
Yeah, awfully nice
on
guy.
top of it all. And I love the relationship that he had with Stan the Man. So, Mike, you can take that take and share it with your buddies.
Yeah.
And then they are going to dunk on you, much like the text line is now dunking on you. They didn't enjoy that call, Doug. But what I most enjoy about this show is how sideways it gets and how quickly it gets sideways. We realize we didn't care for his take, and then we do a little Tony Gwynn breakdown.
I didn't appreciate your little comment. You keep your personal comments to yourself or to your homeboy.
I think that's fair.
No. I think Miss Bower might have been talking to Mike in that instance, not you, Doug.
All personal comments should be between you and your homeboys.
If you know anything about the game of baseball, Tony Gwynn was so fun to watch. That's from the big show.
Where's Tony Gwynn from? I'm going to put...
I feel like California.
I want to say that he was a San Diego guy.
Los Angeles, California. I'm going to add him to the list of cities on fire.
Okay, your list
in honor of Tony Gwynn.
Centralia, New York City.
Yeah, New York City, Centralia, Illinois, Wright City, and then L.A. now on Cities on Fire.
Guys, who cares? He sounded like Elmo when he talked. That's from The Little Man in the Boat.
Talking about Tony Gwynn?
I thought you were talking about the caller. Oh, he's talking about Elmo. Or are you talking about Gwynn sounding like Elmo?
That caller didn't sound like Elmo to me.
Well, I thought at the beginning it sounded like Barge Guy that maybe there was some sipping going on.
We
I don't know.
should consider ourselves lucky because he could have called that take in to virtually any sports radio station in America, and he chose ours.
Callier and Thompson phone lines on fire today.
Yeah, add that to what's on fire.
On fire, the Callier and Thompson phone line. I just added it. Michelob Ultra has the YouTube chat, Air Comfort Service, text, inbox. So many different ways for you to communicate with this show, Stifel Studios. And we've got on the dossier today, which is powered by Polos Plus. I always want to say Pools. Yeah, why you keep saying my name? It's Polos Plus. Larry Hughes talking NBA. Coming up 8:30. Brad Thompson, 9:30 Cards going for that sweep into your Hunter Dobbins, part of this now 6-man rotation. Bullpen, boy, the back end of the bullpen should be well rested.
Mm-hmm.
Off day Monday. Didn't need him Tuesday. Didn't need him Wednesday. And here you are looking for a sweep before you go to Minnesota for the weekend. Cardinals now 9 games over 500. They did that one other time this season.
Romero pitched last night in a game that was already in the bag.
Yeah.
I guess he wanted to throw more.
I think at some point these guys I got to get up and just
got to throw sometime.
Put me in, coach.
Yeah,
I believe. What would the get in? Last night it was $4 if you wanted a ticket. Now
day game in Queens today.
My theory was last night you're going against the Knicks too.
No doubt.
So,
probably similar pricing if I had to guess.
If you're in the New York area, Jugs, if you can get their stat, tickets to see the Cards, you can get in as low as $10.
Nice.
How'd you like to be the Mets owner? Is that Steve Cohen?
Mm-hmm.
And you're paying Juan Soto $700 million, and the team is so bad, you're now selling tickets for $4. Well, it's going to take a while to make that up.
Life comes at you fast.
So do the brakes.
Not fast enough.
Not fast enough. All right, it is time for a break here on The Morning After, brought to you by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN.
Walk in.
We made the call to Michael's Baths, and they took a bathroom and made it look brand new, and it really changes the feel of the entire house. We've got a kid's bathroom that was beaten down and really old and ugly and just falling apart. They came in, put together a bid and said, here's what it could look like. And boom, that's exactly what it looks like. We're talking about Michael's Baths being a family-owned business started by Michael himself 30 years ago. And if you're listening in the 101 area, they will come to you and put a bid together. And everybody that comes out to the house, they're former installers, so they know the entire process. It makes an incredible difference to have people who have done the job. They're not just sales folks, they're installers, so they know how it works. All of the contractors work for Michael. That also makes a huge difference. Then my wife noted the other day, they were here for 2 weeks working on that bathroom. She said, I never heard anybody swearing down there. Just quality people doing the work. It's the little details like that. So whether it's just doing a shower to tub, a tub to shower, when I take out that tub and make it into a shower. What is that, a shub to tower we called it one day?
Yeah,
That's my previous stroke that I had on the show. No, but if you're simply just taking out a tub, putting in a shower, or full renovation, changing the entire look, they can do the entire design for you, reasonably priced, family-owned and operated. All the reviews are 5-star. Find out more at michaelsbaths.com. That's plural, michaelsbaths.com, or call 636-775-0800. That's 636-775-0800. 8:30 here on TMA, the morning after, 101 ESPN. Tim out, hopefully back, we think Monday. Doug Vaughn, Martin Kilcoyne, Jackson Burkett, Chairman Kurt with you on this Thursday. We're talking a lot of Cardinals going for the sweep over the Mets, but also in New York, the record-setting comeback by the New York Knicks. How about a little NBA insight from our guy, Larry Hughes? I'm going to guess he was locked on that game and probably texting with some of his basketball buddies throughout. How about your level of shock and or surprise at what took place?
Well, I mean, I was watching the game, definitely locked in. And as that second half, started to roll, I actually wasn't surprised that, that the Knicks came back to win, to be honest with you.
What do you think took place? What do you think caused that? Was it on the Spurs mostly, or is it what the Knicks did?
Yeah, I think it was on the Spurs. Their strategy, as far as their player strategy, also their coaching strategy. I think in the second half they were down by so many. Mike Brown just kind of got out of the way and let those guys drive and penetrate. And that was really the only coaching that he did. And Spurs didn't make any adjustments. Right? They didn't give any strategy on the offensive end, and I think that's what hurt him the most.
What did you think about that play with about 10 seconds to go and De'Aaron Fox decides to take a contested layup for the Spurs instead of backing off there?
Well, I think he's been struggling, and it was very obvious, in a game 4 where you need your veteran players to, really step up and take control of, of the game, of the younger players. And he made a bunch of mistakes, and that was really the ending of if they were going to win or lose. When you take that shot, you either got to make it or really you don't shoot that shot.
Is it just human nature, too, when you're up 29, that you kind of mentally think, oh, my God, we got there. I mean, do you think that seeps into their brains a little bit?
Man, it's the finals, game 4. You're down 2-1. So you have to have just ultimate focus, through 48 minutes because you obviously know the game's never over, and all these games have been close. So you should expect for the Knicks to make a run. I think it's just poor, management on the Spurs side, definitely on the offensive side of the ball.
Do you think the series is over at this point? Do you give the Spurs any chance of coming back now?
No, I don't see them coming back. I mean, you lose, game 2 in an emotional loss. Game 4 was just a historic collapse, and I don't think you can get away from that. Your energy level, even though you play on Saturday, to get that energy level back up to say, hey, we now need to win, 3 in a row. I think that's going to be tough.
And now you sit around for a couple of days if you're the Spurs. They don't play again until Saturday, and you got a young coach there, Mitch Johnson. I mean, how would you message this? You do a lot of coaching and work with kids, but if you were on the NBA staff, how would you handle this over the next couple of days to try and get them back mentally?
Well, I think it's the mindset, right? You still have to play the game, right? The series is not over. You identify the things that you did wrong. You play really well in the first half, which a lot of those times when you're shooting the 3-pointers and you're making at a high clip, water is going to find its level. So, respecting the game, strategizing the game. Again, the 48 minutes are going to happen. You guys are going to show up or not. If not, we pretty much did it to ourselves.
Is there anything else Wemby could do I mean, he's a young guy, I know that, but do you need more from him?
No, I think Wemby's a young guy, man. I like what he's doing. I think he's still learning. He's insightful with where he's at in his game. I think they'll do things, in the coming years to help him put different sort of players around him to help him get better. But I like what he's doing as a young guy coming into the league. I mean, he's 7'5". It's none of us are 7'5", and I'm sure that it's tough to maneuver around, all those physical guys, smaller guys, trying to get his job done.
Do you remember hearing about Anunoby when he was at Jeff City? And I know he didn't grow up there his whole life, but OG Anunoby coming out of Jeff City is one of the top players in these NBA finals. Do you remember hearing that name much at a youth level or high school at least?
I do. I think Justin coached him. Justin Tatum coached him for a little while. Oh, yeah. I know he's on the same team with Jason for a little bit as well. So I was definitely familiar with his game. Even kill guy, never get too high, never get too low, compete at a high level. He deserved everything that came his way last night.
And he's a shooter, too. He's not just a big, burly guy who muscles his way around. He can shoot.
He can, and that's come. I mean, he's developed this game, right? He's developed this game as a defender, but also as a driver guy, somewhat of a playmaker because he can shoot the basketball. He's going to draw some attention. I love what OG's turning into.
How do players feel about Barkley and some of the comments? Because he'll be critical. I mean, it's always in kind of a goofy, funny way or whatever, but does it ever upset players?
He was my echo, man. I was sitting on the couch with the wife, and we kind of talking about the game. And, you know, when you played this game at a high level, at the professional level, like you can read the tea leaves, you can see the inside things that are going on. And Barkley was really spot on, right? There's no sugarcoating it. The proof is in the video. The film doesn't lie. So he was spot on.
You think the players ever get distracted in a game like that when they look around, all these celebrities are standing on the front row? You see Taylor Swift is right there. Is it hard not to look into the crowd every now and then and go, wow, look who's here?
Yeah, I think that amps you up, though. I think you understand that those are A-list entertainers, and you look at yourself in that same sort of light. So essentially, when you see, you know, people in the stands, you know that they come to see you. You don't necessarily didn't come to see them. So that is, you know, that gives you that extra boost. But no, I don't think there's any getting any starstruck. But you know, you do always want to put on a good show.
Larry, Charles Barkley after the game was talking about it was the most incredible thing he's seen since LeBron scored 30 consecutive points in 2007 against Detroit. You were on that team playing with LeBron. Can you tell us a little bit about what that was like, seeing a young King James do something so incredible?
Oh, man, he took over, and that's Drew Gooden gave him the name Video Game James. He could not be stopped. He got to every spot that he wanted to get to. He was a guy. I was actually injured during that series, but he was a guy that got stronger. You can see him getting stronger, like, through the game. And towards the end of that game, he was just at maximum level, maximum strength. And the players around him allowed him to have that space, create that action, you know, to get that job done.
You spent time with the Knicks, and I know you weren't there that long, and we've talked a little bit about it in the past, just the amount of passion that city has for him. There's a lot of people who might like the Mets or the Yankees, but like everybody seems to be all in on the Knicks. What do you remember about that town's affection for that team?
They're all in, right? Good, bad, or ugly, right? The New York Knicks fans are New York Knicks fans. They're going to tell you when you're doing great. They're going to tell you when you're doing bad. And if you're on the other team, they're going to, they may jump on you a little bit in the spirit of their own team. But they're very passionate fans. Been through, a lot of losing. The year I was there, 12 of the guys were on one-year contracts. So they've been through like the ups and downs, and it's good to see them get a chance to come out and cheer and support their city.
How many group texts are you on during like the NBA Finals?
Oh man, probably about 4 or 5 good ones. Where
bad ones. Martin's texting. Hold on, back to the good ones.
A couple bad ones where you just don't, you don't entertain it because a lot of those guys didn't play, at a high level, so it's a lot of fandom going on.
Martin and Papers are texting Larry. Saying, okay, here's one of the bad ones over here. Okay.
If it goes to Game 6 in New York, would you make any effort to try to land a ticket and go up there for that?
Oh, no. I love the privacy of my own home. I love the environment that I can create. And I'm not paying X amount of dollars to go see a basketball game.
Boy, I bet it'll get to $50,000 for a ticket if it's Game 6.
And I know they want to close it out. You don't want any series to linger, but man, I guarantee the Knicks fans are thinking, well, if we lose Saturday, it's not the end of the world. That the fan base would love to do it at home.
Now, it would be great, and I think that's why they kind of hung around, last night, because of the expectation you're going, up 3-1, that you're probably not going to come and play another game at home. So I think that was kind of the mindset last night. But it would be great, I think, for the fans. I don't think the Knicks, the players, would really enjoy that as much because you want to close it out as fast as you can because you never know what can happen. But yeah, that would be that would be crazy to have, Game 6 and close it out in the Garden.
What do you remember about Brunson at the beginning of his career? Did you see this happening to him, that he would be at this level?
Well, I'm a basketball guy, so as far as his skill level and what he brings to the table, right, you can never predict, once you make it to the NBA because, again, it's about the team that's put around you, the strategy of the organization. But Jalen's won at every level. Has been an even keel guy at every level. Has been acting as a professional at every level. So I think it's just lining up for what he was destined to do.
Hey, before we let you roll, your Billikens are now going to play Mizzou 3 straight years. I think you missed it by a year when you left, Lou. Then they started playing that series again. How much fun is it to see these two schools playing again?
It's cool. It's cool. Again, I'm a basketball guy, so anytime you can get quality teams in the gym, like what Mizzou's doing. Mizzou's infiltrating the city a little bit, so there can be some rivalry that's created, good healthy rivalry that's created. But we'll see how it goes.
All right, Larry. Well, thanks for checking in, and tell AI the invitation is still there. A little pot, just one time, you and me and AI chopping it up. That's it. That's the offer.
We could have did a birthday post. He just had a birthday, just turned 51. So we'll try to get him on a pod, sometime to talk about being an old guy now.
Oh, Jackson, it sounds like it's possible then.
Yeah,
like the door is open. It
seems like the ball might be rolling. You can talk about your ARP memberships.
Yes, Larry, thanks for hopping on with us.
Oh, anytime, man. Appreciate y'all.
All right, Larry Hughes doing great things in the community as well. He's got the Basketball Academy, then he's got the Larry Hughes Foundation. We were talking about that when he was in studio a couple of weeks back, played for the Knicks because of his career, because he played in a lot of different stops. He's connected to a lot of different teams and former players.
He might have passed through with, probably not, but maybe with Rick Brunson, Jalen Brunson's father.
Oh, that's interesting.
Played in the NBA. Jalen Brunson won the state title at Stevenson High School in Chicago, then won 2 national titles at Villanova, and is now on the precipice of winning an NBA title.
And I'm sure that's been done before, but it's probably not a huge list.
I don't know about
high school state title, college NCAA title, NBA title.
Stephon Castle for the Spurs definitely won a title with UConn, so he would be somewhere. I don't know about his high school career.
I like the fact that Larry admits there's some bad group texts. It's like, you just got to ignore it,
Brunson might be one of the smaller superstars in league history. He's 6'2".
Speaking of AI, Allen Iverson would probably be in that category.
Yeah, he'd be right there with him.
Steph Curry is about 6'3", as is Steve Nash.
When they walk on the court, you wouldn't point out Brunson is there. There's the best player.
Right. That's
looking at it.
Kind of has always been his superpower, is people underestimating him. And, he's got like kind of a... He's not like a skinny guy, he's kind of got, but when you watch him play, like when he's got like a breakaway layup and there's 2 monster tall guys coming behind him, the way he's able to stop, start, go, finish with seeming ease is Jalen Brunson's game is so fun to watch. And if you're like a kid who's a freshman or sophomore in high school and you might end up being a little undersized, you should absolutely watch as much Jalen Brunson tape as you can, because the way he's able to score and play at his size is unbelievable.
Guys, Magic Johnson did all 3. I didn't know that he won a state title. Obviously won an NCAA, won a bunch with the Lakers.
Bill Walton probably done as well.
I would think probably a lot of people do it. If you're good enough to be a superstar in the NBA, chances are you led your high school.
But it was really impressive they did it with Brunson at Stevenson, which is certainly in the realm of Chicago high schools, not like Simeon is, or some other Whitney Young High School in Chicago. Those are like the powerhouses. It was like the first time a Lake County high school team had won state in like 30 years.
Stephon Castle has the dumbest hairstyle possibly in NBA history. From
Eric from Central West End. It's rough.
It's different. I wouldn't say rough. I'd say different.
Hear Larry Hughes say that they don't get starstruck. It reminded me of that story in the Super Bowl when Joe Montana and the 49ers were playing, and the story was that Montana got everybody in the dugout. He was telling them to play. Before he said to play, he said, "Did you see John Candy up there in the stands?"
And it was the game-winning drive. They had to drive the field and score to win, and that's when they knew that he was Joe Cool.
Yeah.
I wonder how many. I mean, everybody knows who Taylor Swift is, right? But they're probably. Do you think NBA players care?
No, I mean, if you're a Knicks player, you've seen the biggest stars in the world come to the game. It's not.
And a lot of these guys are like on the Spurs, like 22, 23. Do they know who Seinfeld and Larry David are?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe not.
You know what I mean?
Maybe not Larry David.
Yeah.
I think everybody knows
how
who
can
Seinfeld.
San Antonio counter that? Huh? Think about it. On Saturday. Now, they had the Admiral at a game earlier this year, right?
Yeah.
Looks like he's still playing.
I wonder I'd like to know what the net worth of the combined people in Madison Square Garden was last night.
I mean, insane.
Just billionaires all over
when
the place.
Michael Bloomberg's there, you're already now, $100 billion?
Yeah.
I think Seinfeld and Larry David might be billionaires.
Yeah, right.
Dolan, no doubt.
And yet well, you always
Taylor
have to
Swift.
see, they all wear a black T-shirt.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how rich you are. If you're a celeb, you wear a black T-shirt. Jordan Clarkson from San Antonio. Is that right?
From San Antonio?
He's listed among most famous San Antonio people.
Okay. Mizzou made.
He didn't get to play much last night.
He played a lot in the first half.
He played 5 minutes total.
He played enough in the
2
first
points.
half.
Shaq. I think he lived there. He moved around a lot, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he claims Newark, New Jersey as his hometown.
Went to high school, maybe?
His dad was in the military, so
But I think he went to
would bounce around everywhere. He claims he says I'm a Newark, New Jersey native.
But he probably can't sit courtside either since he's part of the broadcast.
Not unlikely, yeah.
I'm trying to put together a San Antonio celeb panel.
Well, Doug, while Martin does that, I know this isn't 100% accurate, but a little ballpark figure. The celebrities and executives sitting courtside at Game 4 were probably worth around $15 billion combined.
Yeah.
And we theorize
they don't worry too much about the ticket prices.
They give him I saw Ben Stiller on the pregame show said he does not have season tickets. He said he gets them, and I think he said they give them to me. Did you see that? The clip on
Who would give
inside
it to
the
him?
NBA? I guess studios or whatnot, the Knicks. I don't know. He is a diehard, though. I'll give him credit.
You know, ticket prices are a little high when a longtime NBA player like Larry Hughes says it. They're a little too expensive for me to go.
Right.
I think Ben Stiller's shooting a documentary on his phone from his seats courtside, too.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's sweet.
About
Knicks season.
I saw you post a black and white video of what was going on last night. The hand of OG. It's cool. Jefferson City High School native making
He
big
moved
waves.
there. His dad moved there.
Yeah,
when
he's
they
from
were-
London.
Did you see the Art But Make It Sports post with that the still
I'll
image
check
of
it
the
out.
final tip-in?
I love Art But Make It Sports. Yeah, he's Indiana Hoosier. He was on the 2019 Raptors championship team, so he has some
he's already got a title.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's got championship experience. He's a real ball player. And he's kind of a unique guy if you listen to his interviews. A little awkward socially, but he's kind of funny in that way. It almost feels like a shtick, but it's not. He's a fun guy to watch.
Doug Cito Gaston's from San Antonio.
Is he really? Clarence Cito Gaston.
Blue Jays manager.
Mm-hmm. Good player.
Won himself a couple of World Series, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Cito will be courtside. Take that, Taylor Swift. We got Cito Gaston.
There we go.
And Shaq in the building. Randy Choate.
There we go.
How about that? Randy Choate, former Cardinal.
Reliever, lefty.
Said list him as being from San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
We're putting together quite the ensemble cast of celebs.
I wonder if some of the New Yorkers will make the trip down there to be a part of it.
If you're Tracy Morgan, Spike Lee, even Seinfeld, if you're a huge Knicks fan, wouldn't you want to be in the building?
Yes. I think they're going to
I think
try.
you got to be there.
Yeah, Ben Stiller was in San Antonio. As
You
was
don't have to be
Chalamet.
courtside. You
Yeah,
can
they
get a
probably
seat or
wouldn't
something,
put them
right?
courtside.
Yeah, but Chalamet and Stiller were both.
Was Chalamet there last night?
Of course.
Of
course.
Is that your favorite cutaway?
No, I liked seeing whenever they cut to Larry David. It makes me laugh.
And he doesn't sit with Jerry, but they were hanging out after.
I saw them, embrace afterwards.
But they're probably around, their whole lives they've been around. Yeah, I don't need to sit with you.
I mean, they were colleagues.
It's like we all go to the Billiken game. We don't sit together.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't worked together.
Doug, Jackson, Martin, Tim, 4 seats
they
together.
haven't worked together in 30 years.
Think about it.
Okay.
There's just a text that says Magic Johnson, dumbass.
In terms of the guys who've won high school.
I think we talked about that.
I think Christian Brown, too.
That got listed as well.
I would guess there'd be quite a few.
Yeah.
Son of Lisa Sandbo.
I don't know that anybody was stopping Bill Russell in high school. But
No.
he may not have won they didn't win the NCAA when he was at San Francisco.
I don't think so, but Kareem would be someone.
Howell out of New York. Remember that?
Yeah. Probably. I don't know about high school, but obviously won NCAA and NBA
But we need
titles.
high school for it to complete the
Yeah,
list.
no, I get it.
Not to be sarcastic.
Yeah.
Not to get sideways. Not to be late for a break.
Tatum didn't win the NCAA title.
Only the 1 year at Duke?
Yeah.
How about the fact that Justin Tatum coached OG Anunoby? I didn't know.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't, because I never heard his name. All of a sudden, he's at Indiana. And we're like, where's he from? Oh, Jeff. And then all of a sudden, the NBA, we're like, oh, he's a true son. Team 8 brought to you by Brown and Crouppen. The Polos Plus dossier shows Brad Thompson, 9:30, Cardinal Talk. Going for the sweep over the Mets. Cards have won 6 in a row. Probably begin a lineup here relatively soon. And also, Tim is with us in spirit.
Yeah, if you've missed any of the show today, you can podcast on the Schaefer Door Company podcast.
Schaefer Door Company is the sponsor of the podcast on the morning after. SCHAEFER door.com, SchaeferDoor.com. Call or text 636-782-3608. That's the number they set up specifically for TMA listeners, and it's going to give you the quickest response time. Any garage door issues you have at your home or your business, go to SchaeferDoor.com. So they service all kinds of garage doors for service and new installs with LiftMaster. LiftMaster's garage door openers are strong, quiet, and versatile. They have Monday morning standby service for the doors that break over the weekend. So if your garage door breaks over the weekend, just go to SchaeferDoor.com. They will be out there quick, fast, and in a hurry on Monday mornings. They service commercial doors as well, so if you're on a business or warehouse with big doors, Schaefer is experienced in these types of jobs. It's SchaeferDoor.com. Call or text 636-782-3608 or go online at SchaeferDoor.com. Schaefer Door is a LiftMaster partner.
Boy, a lot to happen on this show already, right? Open phone lines. That was just kind of unscripted.
Mm-hmm. Tony Gwynn took a beating.
That was a dangerous take and a hot take. Didn't see that coming as well. And a lot still to happen here on TMA on 101 ESPN. Libby Jack, it's a big time for him. Those names have kind of cooled off on the text line. Jackson Ocasio Burkett.
Well, and I'm sure they'll heat up now.
I didn't mean to accidentally activate those people, Papers, of course. A lot of Knicks talk. Got NHL, Doug. Game 5 tonight, Carolina.
Yeah.
How about the Celeb Watch in Raleigh-Durham tonight?
There's not really a comparison to the first row. No. Imagine everyone's in suites who are the high rollers.
What happened to Marlins, man? Maybe he'll be there. Carolina in the Vegas Golden Knights. That's game 5. I think, and I'm going to look to my room. We'll have that on here, wouldn't we? Yeah, we've got it. Pre-game. Yes. Pre-game at 6:30. How about that? NBA doesn't resume until Saturday down in
Travel
San Antonio.
day. Avoid Friday night.
Friday's a good night not to have the game. I get
But they did play game 2 on a Friday night.
Interesting.
That's why it was confusing. We were all a little confused they didn't play Sunday when it was wide open, but they like to give that extra day for travel. Plus, you get to extend finals discussion. You know, ESPN gets more coverage, previewing games, talking about the series. It makes sense when you really dig under the hood.
And the players get another day of rest.
Right.
I imagine after playing, 81 or 2 games, and then the playoffs, I imagine they're exhausted at this point.
For sure. And especially, you look at the Knicks, the minutes that the Stars play, it's crazy. They Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, Anunoby. They play.
But you're also just laying around thinking about this, too. Right? Just sitting there thinking, oh, God. But it didn't happen. Meantime, Cards in Queens going for that sweep. It's day game. Hunter Dobbins is getting the start. They go to a 6-man rotation. Cards win a 9-2 last night. Homers from Walker, Burleson, and our guy Velasquez. Very, just kind of an easy win, right? Never in doubt. They joked earlier this season that they wanted more of the games where it was Ollie would tell the guys, can we have some that aren't nail biters or stressful? This was stress-free. And we got Chaim Bloom. What's Chaim Bloom talking about, Papers?
Talking about some like the Victor Scott, send down Victor Scott. This is courtesy of KMOV.
Never heard of it.
How do you balance a runway and youth movement and seeing results at the top level?
Well, I'll say this, there's always going to be competition in the game. And so when you come to a player like Vic, you look at this decision, Nathan Church comes off the IL, obviously Newt Barr's back, and so there are decisions to make. So it's not that we've lost our runway with Vic or run out of runway for him. We don't feel that way at all. It's just there is going to be some natural competition when you have a lot of talent and young talent at a position. And Churchy is deserving of that right now, and it gives Vic a chance to go iron some things out. And he's still a very big part of our plans. It's just that there's only so much opportunity at any given time at the big league level. What we're really intent on doing is making sure that we don't lose patience and just start going for a quick fix. In this case, we feel it's going to serve Vic well in the long term, as difficult as it was to do. And that also we have players who are a big part of this core that are going to get the opportunity in the meantime.
Okay.
I think the move to send him down made just too much sense because you couldn't send Torres out. You didn't need to send Velasquez out. It just made too much. I love it because it made sense.
But when he says he's still a big part of our future plans, is he really?
Well, we got to see. Yeah.
Isn't Baez the future? Walker's going to be around as long as he wants to be, probably.
I would say he's got a place. He just cannot be your plugged-in automatic starting center fielder every day, and that's the position they'd gotten in, where he was the everyday guy. Now our guy Newt's cooled off a little bit. Maybe he gets a little break today.
Yeah.
Even though he just got back after missing.
And Velasquez can't be ignored. This guy hits the ball hard on a very consistent basis.
And there's probably some splits on him. I'm sure there's some. But you know what? Every once in a while, can he face a right-hander, Doug? I think he can. I think it's allowed, right?
Probably be okay.
Doesn't just have to. I know they had the right-handed starter last night, but they knew they were bringing in the lefty after the bullpen start. Weatherholt just always seems to get on base and seems to score runs. Herrera had a streak of 8 straight on-base appearances. I don't believe he got hit last night, but he did walk twice.
No.
Burleson homered again, and Jordan Walker, 4 ribbies, as stated earlier. The pace that he's on now, 42 homers, 130 RBIs. The
Boy,
fact
that's
that
a
it was
ton of RBIs.
Sitting there in spring training, if we say, even just, Ali, Heim, I got a feeling Walker's going to be an all-star. They'd be like, excuse me? There's 0% chance it was on anyone's radar. But this coach, Chenoweth, and I think Jeff Jones did kind of a deep dive on it, how he worked directly with this coach who is newer to the team. So, I mean, something got unlocked, right? I mean, he still got some of those holes in his swing, but something got unlocked. And maybe, maybe they'll tell the whole story, but Casey Chenoweth, and there's a whole backstory on him, a coach who, I think he was like living in his car in Arizona just to get into the game, and now here he is working with the Cardinals. But that's the name you kept hearing from Jordan Walker. He'd say, me and Casey, because you knew about Brant Brown, the hitting coach. But apparently this Chenoweth is one of the keys to turning it around. That's the most amazing thing, is what was it before? And is it just buy-in? A lot of times when the national guys come in, they'll say, oh, we talked to Ollie, and they talk a lot about Walker, like committing to what they want to do. And maybe there was a little bit of a power struggle, like, hey, I got this, young guy saying. Yeah. They've kind of alluded to that, I would say, that the big difference is that he's on board with what they're teaching. Whatever it is, I mean, and if I'm him, I wouldn't do a lot of deep discussions about it. I would say just don't jinx it.
Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. He says he's on a pace for 130 RBIs. Albert Pujols drove in 130 or more 3 times in his career. Pujols' rookie season, he was 21 years old. He had 37 homers and 130 RBIs. Not a bad way to break in.
He was good.
Yeah. But Walker's having the kind of season that Albert put up, year after year after year.
And he's only
those kind of numbers.
He just turned 24, Jordan Walker.
Yeah. What a difference it makes when you got a hitter like that right in the middle.
Take that out of the lineup, and that's a problem.
It's a mediocre team, probably. That's been the one big, overwhelming difference maker, is now all of a sudden you've got this monster hitting fourth, driving in runs, hitting home runs, that they haven't had since the Pujols. Well, I guess since Goldschmidt and Arenado tore it up there a couple of years.
But up and down the lineup now with some of the guys that have been sent down to Memphis, for the most part, Weatherholt's average isn't great, but he's doing all the other metrics. He's the leading candidate for the Rookie of the Year. That's gone as well as it could go. Herrera, you could probably still pick apart his catching and his defensive liabilities, but the guy can hit. You want him in your lineup every day. Burleson, we've talked about the defense being better at first than anyone thought. Walker's season, Wynn could maybe hit a little bit more, but for the most part, you go up and down. Like you're getting the most out of what you have. And I think that's what people were looking at. Okay, what is this new regime like? What are all these new pieces? Things that are not that exciting when you talk about an assistant coach at Peoria or an extra video coach down in Palm Beach. Or how does that all kind of funnel into a better big league team? I think that's what we're seeing, right? Is whatever they've tweaked, that they're getting the maximum out of each. You're getting the most you can out of a guy like Jose Fermin. Church appears to be a decent big league player. In some way, somehow, what I'm saying is they're tapping into that.
Yeah.
Well, actions speak louder than words. Yeah.
Well,
thank you, Plowsy. Exactly what I was trying to say.
Weatherholt's really the only guy that hasn't been around. The other guys
that's what I'm saying.
Here.
They've been here.
They just have picked it up a notch, a couple of notches. And in Walker's case, many notches better than what they were last year and the year before. They just kind of matured, I guess. Maybe the coaching got better. I don't know. Maybe they just got another year older, another year of experience under their belt. And it's certainly all come together in an amazing way. I never would have thought this was going to happen.
I want to see these guys. I can't stand this team. They got no balls, okay? I want teams with balls. I want guys with balls.
Oh. And remember that guy a year and a half ago, year-ish, was mad as hell about the New York Mets?
Yeah, I think where he's thinking
What's he saying now?
How can you tell if a baseball team has bull?
Yeah, actions speak louder than,
And
that's
words,
how you tell?
Lousy?
Yeah, word, yeah.
I mean, it's one thing if it's a hard hit ground ball, does a guy bail out of the way? But that doesn't happen at the major league level. You see that in high school ball sometimes.
Yeah, fast pitch.
But yeah, it does take some balls to get in front of a ball that's hit 110 miles an hour. But beyond that, how do you know if a team's got balls?
It's the eye test, Doug. By the way, we're talking about everybody maxing out immediately at Texas. Gorman, ?
Yeah, certainly.
Okay, so there's it. Now, you know who that's from? Negative Nancy.
Yeah.
Text inbox name, Negative Nancy. However, a good audit on the text line, Tuesday, 7:41. I don't recall what was happening because I wasn't here. This show is so much better when Papers is in charge.
No.
That was the text.
Objectively false.
That was the text Tuesday at 7:41. Show's so much better with Papers. I agree.
No.
I agree. He just gave me the old hard rap.
Yeah,
You know what it means, Doug? It's time to take a break.
Yeah.
We'll get more into the baseball talk with Brad Thompson. That's coming your way at 9:30. That's on the Polos Plus dossier. We're here in the Stifel studios. You can also email this show, The Morning After, at InsideSTL.com. We have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Your chance to compete by emailing in. They get filtered by Chairman Kurt and then read by Jackson Burkett and then voted on by the dais. We also have the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat going on. What are they saying right now? The Mets sucking rear after spending so much money is so satisfying. Guys, will Gorman play for the Gateway Grizzlies next year?
Oh.
Questions to ponder on TMA, brought to you by Brown & Crouppen. In the market for a new vehicle, shop online at autoloanpro.com. They're part of the Lita family, and what they do at autoloanpro.com, get you into that car no matter what your credit history. And while you're doing that online shopping, you also have the free playbook right there on the site. Download that and learn a little bit more about how it all works. So you're going to get a new car, going to improve your credit. Financing can get a little complicated. Only thing you need to know is to choose the pro, autoloanpro.com. Little to no money down. That's one of their guarantees. And best rates possible. They're able to do that by working with over 50 different lenders. That's why they started this entire company up, because they can help out folks like you getting that vehicle, working with so many different lenders, and improving your credit along the way. What a great concept. Shop online, check out the vehicles there, and learn more at autoloanpro.com.
This is Jackson with a SportsCenter update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Hurricanes, Golden Knights, Game 5 right here on 101 ESPN this evening. Pregame at 6:30, puck drop at 7. That was another SportsCenter update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
A lot of NBA talk, Cardinal talk here on TMA. Brought to you by Brown & Crouppen. Martin, Doug, Jackson, Chairman Kurt with you. Papers excused absence on Friday. That's been cleared, been approved. Tim probably back Monday. Doug, we're going to have to step it up. You, me, Chairman Kurt tomorrow, which, by the way, is the anniversary, the Blues Stanley Cup anniversary. 7 years, Doug.
Oh, is it the... Yeah, I guess
7 years since the old Stanley Cup was won.
Unbelievable.
Doesn't seem that long ago, does it?
I know.
Time flies.
And we'll commemorate that. What do you say from 7 to 11 tomorrow? We just replay Game 7 in Boston.
Oh, okay.
Wouldn't that be just a treat for the audience?
I got some fun audio for you, courtesy of the Spittin' Chicklets guys.
Okay.
Speaking of the 2019 Blues, Pat Maroon talked about a chirp that Matthew Tkachuk gave him one of his last years in the NHL. If you'd like to hear that.
Okay.
Hey, you got to hear this one. What? A Tkachuk chirp to Patty. What'd he say? What'd he say?
He goes, it was the TV timeout, just leaned over and goes, hey, Patty, whenever we move back to St. Louis, you need a job. Be my pool guy.
Matthew Tkachuk.
Be my pool guy. Because Matthew's making more money. Okay.
Did
you staring me down?
No, I don't know.
You give me a stare down.
Thoughts?
I'm crowdsourcing.
I thought there was going to be a little more there, but that's okay. That's okay.
Sure.
It's always your own guys.
Yeah, I'm crowdsourcing when I asked, did 101 have the Blues radio games in 2019?
No, it was the last year, I believe, on the Mighty Monarchs. I believe.
Because I thought that would be interesting to go back and just play the game again on the radio.
You can do that.
Game 7 in Boston.
Yeah.
We couldn't if it was a KMOX game.
Right.
But since we can't, we just won't think about it anymore.
We'll talk about
a dynamic last 2 minutes of the program here.
You want to be my pool boy, Jackson?
I've done a lot of pool cleaning in my life.
Have you really? Well,
Sure.
in Ladue, sure. Everybody had them.
Mm-hmm.
Pool cleaning, but then you get to the equipment. Can you fix things? That's the difference.
No, I can't fix the
pump.
The pump.
I was mostly on pest control, vermin duty, fishing those things out.
Did you actually work for a pool company?
No. I'll peel the curtain back. Said it before, but we had a small pool in our backyard.
Oh, this guy.
It came with the house. It was part of the house. Ranch style, real blue collar home.
Oh yeah, blue collar.
No basement. But it did have a small pool in the backyard.
So you would maintain it for the fam?
Yeah. Well, my dad did a lot of that work. But
what kind of vermin got up in there?
You name it. It probably.
Shrew?
Yeah, squirrels.
Badger?
A lot of squirrel. Never a badger,
Wolverine.
but a skunk. Once. That was
zebra.
Gross. A live bird. Plenty of birds, but one of them that was still alive. That was
why
in
can't
the basket?
A bird get out?
I think it had become waterlogged or something. I don't know. Eventually, we got it out.
Did it get in the little basket?
Oh yeah, a lot of frogs.
Never put your hand in there.
A lot of never mice, Newts, yeah. Assorted lizards.
Snakes?
Yeah, never a snake.
Oh, good.
Never a snake. But, yeah, all sorts of...
You're a real man's man.
I guess. I did it with I would put on the goggles that fully cover your eyes and nose so you didn't have to smell the situation going down there.
That's a ladyboy move there.
Whatever.
To get into the water, or you mean outside the water?
No, when I would throw away the squirrel. Yeah.
Would you have a clothespin on your nose?
Anything. It stunk. It would be terrible smelling. It's a dead animal.
And all that happened at night, no doubt.
Yeah.
I think if we knew what kind of critters were actually moving around at night, we might be surprised by that.
Sure. Yeah.
How about some World Cup talk? Most watched sporting event begins tonight. You bums are more concerned with who's courtside at MSG.
Yeah.
It's fun that we're going to have intense soccer matches going on for a month straight, just every day. And what's really nice, I think, is so often the World Cup is in just to name the last few, Russia in 2018, Qatar in 2022. The time zone thing was really unfortunate, but now it's
but
like
the corruption was ripe for those countries to get it.
No doubt. But
luckily, FIFA's cleaned all that up.
Yeah,
sure,
for sure. But like now it's like noon, 2, 5, 8, like the latest 9 p.m. game. Like that's pretty awesome.
City's having a big old watch party down there at Energizer Park on Friday night.
Hell yeah.
Might be a fun Friday night thing to do.
Yeah, it would be.
Down at Hughes Plaza. Oh, there it is, Doug. World Cup talk. See, all they do is they text in.
You know what?
Oh, what do you got? What do you got, pal?
I got some.
You got Papers is digging into a pile of papers, fittingly enough.
Can't find
U.S.
it, but I will be on the 19th of June. I'll be at the AB Beer Garden hanging out before the Mexico game, noon to 2 on Friday, June the 19th at the AB Beer Garden. So people can come out, hang out, and then watch the game.
Over-under on most of these games, not all, but most, 2.5 goals for the over-under.
Yeah, usually around there.
June 19th.
Correct, sir.
A week from Friday.
A week from Friday.
With BK and Ferrario?
No.
Noon to 2.
I'll just be out there hanging out.
Oh,
I'm not going to be broadcasting. No, I won't be doing any broadcasting.
Just kind of showing yourself off.
Look at you.
Yeah, the AB Beer Garden.
Wow.
It's going to be fun.
I'm going to
Come check it out.
Okay,
Yeah.
June,
Come swing by.
June 19th.
Enjoy some delicious Michelob Ultra.
2.
And,
so it's part of the Mick Ultra vehicle.
We can talk about the beautiful game.
How about that?
Yeah. Mexico, South Africa today. I'll probably watch a little of that.
Brian Henson says, if you talk soccer, I'm going to off myself. Can't please everybody, Doug.
No, clearly not.
He's going to end his life if he hears people talking about soccer. That's what he said.
It's a fun thing every 4 years. If you're not a diehard, can the U.S. make a little run? A little extra pressure on the squad on home turf.
Probably one of the more talented U.S. men's national teams in the last couple of years, but it doesn't have like the same panache as the Landon Donovan, Clint Dempsey kind of teams, or like with Tim Howard in goal. But it's a good team. It's just the level of skill at we're talking Spain, Brazil, France, England. It's just otherworldly.
It's all the same characters, and typically that's who wins.
Argentina.
Almost always, it's one of those chalk type countries that wins.
Although the European teams rarely win when the World Cup's in the Americas. I believe.
Don't say Americas.
Germany did in 14 in Brazil, but before that, it had been a very long time since a European team had won in the Americas.
Papers, can we drink beers together? That's from Packer Dave.
I would love to. Come on out
Friday the 19th.
Yes.
That's the same day we're doing the food drive here. We got a food drive next Friday.
It's going to be a big Friday. Big Friday next Friday.
And then a Papers party.
Yeah, a little
down
paper
at the
party.
brewery.
Yeah.
Papers party. Are you signing?
Sure, of course. Sign, take pics, hang out, just talk about anything.
You would agree to sign, as busy as you are.
I've never signed an autograph in my life. I have never.
That ends next Friday.
I've never signed something. I've signed something where it's like, can we have everyone on the show sign this for somebody? Yeah. I've done that, but no one's ever come up to me like, can I have your autograph? Never happened once. I've taken pictures, but I've never signed an autograph. Of no surprise to anybody.
The team captains from St. Louis. Nice show prep.
Tim Ream.
Lake St. Louis
I
Island
saw
boy.
the clip of them eating at LeGrand's and the U.S. men's national team
He's the grizzled vet of the group.
Yeah, the oldest player by a considerable margin. 38.
Yeah.
Good for him. A lot of SLU lineage there. Brad Davis played the World Cup. Mike Sorber played the World Cup. It's unbelievable. These St. Louis Doug. That's why we're the home of soccer. Remember
Wish
that?
we got a game, but I guess we don't really have. Like they have Arrowhead.
Size, yeah,
not big. The best option is the Dome. I don't blame them for not wanting to.
I think the smallest facility I saw hosting a World Cup game was in Toronto. They said 40,000.
The thing that's going to be hard for some, especially European teams, is the heat. It's going to be really hot this obviously it's the middle of the summer all over Mexico, America,
I expect
Canada.
Mexico could get a little bit warm.
Yeah.
It gets warm here.
And some of the games they play in at like altitude in the heat. Yeah. It's going to be tough for some teams. You saw the Norwegian team the other day literally spending like an hour of their training just shirtless lying down the field to acclimate to the heat and the sun.
I imagine that game today in Mexico City at 2 o'clock.
Brutal.
100 degrees.
Yeah, it's going to be brutal. But, I mean, yeah, I'm sure.
They just played in Qatar where it was like 4,000 degrees.
But in Qatar, they played in the winter. because of that exact issue. Oh, it was hot still, but it would have been unplayable in the summer. It was going to be like 130. Right? Yeah, it would have been like 130 degrees. The decision made by FIFA.
We're going to, what is it, Qatar or Qatar? Doesn't matter. They gave us a huge check. We're going there. Sir, that won't work because it's 4,000 degrees. We'll figure it out.
We'll do an unprecedented move and move it to the winter, which we've
They just
never
gave us
done.
more money, so for sure we're going there.
Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be really hot for some of these teams.
My band's playing the pre-party for the U.S. Turkey game at the AB Beer Garden. That's on June 25th. Come on out, Papers. That's from Neil Allen, Craig Paquette.
Hell yeah. It's going to be. I enjoy watching the World Cup.
You're going to get tired of signing. Think of the carpal tunnel danger.
I have terrible penmanship.
Mexico is a national holiday today. Pony, that's from the Veiled Prophet.
Yeah, I imagine Mexico City is going to be up for snatch grabs.
Why couldn't the World Cup all be played at the Battle Dome? It's from Drinking with Kevin in Wright City.
Mexico City is one of the largest cities in the world, right?
It's the largest city in North America.
Population?
Probably 11 million.
I bet it's more than that. It's a little over 22.5 million people.
Jesus.
I've been there. It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Massive. Chaotic. Boys are talking soccer. Here come all the former third-string JV football quarterbacks to complain. Enjoy your CT and domestic violence, you mouth-breathing turds.
Oh.
Wow. Dr. Richard Gazinia.
Enjoy your CT.
Wow. It's nice to have a little soccer talk.
I agree.
I'm trying to get that Taylor Twellman on. He's always a delight.
Did you guys play much soccer back in the day?
I did not.
I stopped after like first grade.
So you gave it a good long run.
I'm not good with my feet. I'm slower than I look.
How can you be slower than you look? Because you look slow.
Okay.
I mean, no offense. No offense.
You think I look slow?
Well, you got a fat ass.
You don't look fast.
Okay, that's fair. But to say I look slow, that's a little hurtful. I'm slow. I am not a fast man, but I don't think I look that slow.
But to give it up in first grade,
I didn't
6 years old?
I didn't like it. I didn't think it was fun. I didn't have fun doing it. I thought it was. I knew I wasn't good at it, and I really liked playing basketball. So my dad was like, "You want to just keep playing basketball and baseball instead?" I said, "Yes, please."
Okay. Huh.
Thought we wanted our kids well-rounded.
Then I took up golf later.
When I was a kid, soccer was very much a Catholic sport. Really? The Catholic schools all played it, and the public schools almost never. I never played it in the public schools.
Would you shoot dice?
Yeah, mumbly peg.
I was on a team in
stickball.
Sixth grade was the only year I played. It didn't hardly even know the rules.
Yeah.
It was such an off-the-radar sport.
Oh, yeah, I'm just bad at kicking the ball.
Who's a kid out there running around? Yeah, he's a public.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And this was at Nipher Middle School, Nipper?
No, I didn't go to Nipher.
Nipper.
That would have been in Tillman grade schools on a sixth grade team.
Right on Quan Road, Quan Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
My wife used to live in Quan, right down from Tillman. That's a beautiful school.
It really
If you were making a movie and you needed an exterior of a school, Tillman would be perfect.
A lot of those schools that were built like in the 40s and 50s, big, huge, gorgeous. The architecture really had some money to spend on schools. Some of the city high schools are just gorgeous buildings.
Yeah, and they've converted some of those to like loft apartments.
Yeah, a lot of them.
If they get shut down, and those are often very cool.
Guys, as popular as Jackson is, why doesn't he get a stamp? That's from Dusty Spunk. That's a great thought.
What's the stamp market looking like these days?
I don't know, but you need
what does a stamp
an ink
cost?
pad and a stamp, autographs, just to how.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Oh, it's a stamp.
I was thinking of a postal.
I thought like a postal stamp.
Yeah,
like with me on it, like looking.
Mean mugging.
No, I think just to save your hands.
Like the 250th anniversary of America, and it's me in front of a flag. Saluting. Crisp salute at attention.
I totally misread that as well. Doug's right. It's like, hey, what's up? Yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
Yep. Good to see you. Yeah. You love the show. Got it. Yeah, I know. I'm good. Yeah,
Jeremy Rutherford was telling us a story that he wrote to the office of Seinfeld because his grandma was such a big fan of the show and just told him how much he loved it. And they sent back a picture of all 4 members of the cast, the main cast, all signed. He thought that they stamped the signatures. But either way, I said, that's pretty cool. Because he still has it and it's framed.
Response.
I thought that was pretty cool. So very, very 90s also. To like send in like a...
Really strange too, since he didn't even have a grandma. He just did it so he can get a free autograph.
Yeah.
All right, we got Brad Thompson on deck talking Cardinal baseball right here on 101 ESPN. Fun time to talk a little Cardinal baseball. 6 in a row, 9 games over 500. I remember Brad Thompson in February said, guys, I think we're going to be a playoff team, and Jordan Walker is going to be an all-star. And Doug, do you remember that conversation with Brad?
Sure. I think he predicted Walker would be the MVP of the league.
I think he threw that out there. Brad Thompson with us from Cardinals.tv. Brad, how are you?
I am doing great, guys. And what I appreciate about your show is the fact that you keep receipts. You guys knew that I said all of those things. And look, did you laugh at the time? Certainly. To my face? Yes, absolutely. But here we are with all those things that I predicted. This is fun. This is way more fun than many people expected. These guys are playing great, man. How are you guys doing today?
We're good. I think the question is, can they sustain it? And I said, looking around the National League, if you had to tell me they need to be at least the 6th best team in the National League to get a shot at being in there, you could sell me on that at this point. And part of it is what the other teams are doing at this point. Do you think they can sustain the level they've been playing at?
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because you look at what the pitching has done in the last month plus. They've dropped their ERA by over a run, which is incredible. And I do believe, like, the way that they're going about it right now from a pitching standpoint seems very sustainable. It's not like they're just punching out the world, although you're seeing swing and miss go up, which we all know is important. Defensively, this group is sound. I don't see that changing throughout the season at all. Like, the big question for me with sustainability of this ball club is, can they keep scoring runs? And the answer to that is going to be the bottom of the order. I believe 1 through 4 is going to produce, just like they've produced all year. Whatever that combination is of Weatherholt, Herrera, Burley, and Walker have been getting it done. Now you add Newt back to the mix. Church is back. Crooks is in the conversation a little bit. Can that 5 through 9, can that sustain you? If so, I believe you'll keep scoring runs. You know, we'll see what it looks like at the end of it. We also know, I mean, we won't get ahead of ourselves, but the trade deadline is going to change some things for this ball club too, right? So, but I do believe that the nucleus that they have is sustainable.
You didn't mention Velasquez, who looks like a serious hitter out there in left field. What?
Well, Doug, I wanted you to mention him, and then I was going to follow up. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I was just going to say how impressive he looks. I mean, he looks like a real threat when he comes to the plate.
Oh, he is. Look, you've got more. That's why they wanted to have him. Like, you look at some of the most successful offenses, Doug, to your point, is they have, like, real threats off the bench or real threats that they can plug in. And a lot of the best teams are able to flip-flop quickly. Like, if you have some lefties coming in, then they unload their righties from the bench, and then vice versa. You're starting to see some of that for Ollie right now. He's starting to get a little bit of that flexibility where you can flip-flop late in the game. And Velasquez is a guy that we all know. We talked about him a lot in spring training as I was predicting the team would be exactly where they're at, and as I was predicting that Walker was going to have his MVP season that you guys brought up, which I appreciate. But he deserved to make the team out of spring. Like, if you're just looking at numbers, like who should have been there, he should have been there. He didn't, right? They went another route, and he started the year, and I'm sure he was disappointed. The numbers didn't look good, but then he started picking up in the last month. And this is the guy we saw in spring. This is the guy that's up there, power potential at any time. So, again, just talking about the length of the lineup, Velasquez has been able to add to that.
I like how the roster is sorted itself out. Like, in that opening day, I was thinking they took Fermin over Velasquez, and people were saying, no, this is all about Church because he needs to play, and if Velasquez is not going to play, what's the point? But now that you've seen Victor Scott, he struggled. Now he's down in Memphis, and so JC wasn't hitting a ton or playing a ton. Okay, he's down in Memphis. And Fermin's proven that he is a valuable piece. You can move all over. I just think the roster clarity has been good over the last few weeks.
No, I'd agree with that. And there are certain guys that fit into roles. Like, I think you laid it out perfectly. Like a guy like Vic, right? Vic was struggling. He gets sent down. He's not a guy that, like, he struggles and then he goes to the bench. He's too young. Like, he's got to play. He's got to be able to figure it out. I feel the same way about Sajaci. I think that Sajaci was up. And, look, if you ask a player, he would much rather be in the big leagues playing sparingly than being in the minor leagues and playing every day. But he needs that development. He needs those at-bats. I mean, there were weeks we'd sit and talk to Ollie candidly, and I know he said it publicly, but he's like, man, I don't know where I'm going to get JC in. Like, if he can't play on this day, then we need to get him every day at-bats because they like the player a lot. So you're starting to see it. Like, opportunities are there at the big league level that guys took a hold of. There are still plenty of opportunities in the future for guys that maybe did get sent down to Memphis or are knocking on the door right there to continue to get better. But, yeah, day in and day out, the idea of setting the lineup, playing the little lineup game is a whole lot easier. You know what this is supposed to look like every day, and it's starting to work. And I'm excited for the runway for Church. I'm very impressed with him. We've all seen his skill set, and he's elite. He's an elite defender. He's got good bat-to-ball skills. I think he's got a good head for the game of baseball. So there's a lot to look forward to with this young club. There's still going to be some rough patches, and we've seen them briefly for individuals. But the biggest key is how quickly can you snap back into it, because everybody's going to struggle. Your biggest stars, the all-stars, they're all going to go through it. The young players are certainly going to go through it. But how do you snap out of it? I think that's one aspect that this team has done a really good job of. They haven't let the highs get too high or the lows get too low. It's cliche, but the work every day is consistent for this group.
To your understanding, how much of Walker's success is him buying in, or instead of there being at different ends of it on what the approach should be? It seemed like we heard that the last couple of years. He's going to do it his way. He's going to try this. They would suggest that. It seems like at this moment, everything's kind of on the same page. How much of it was him kind of leaning into what they wanted?
Yeah, I think that there's a certain degree of that for sure, but I feel like there's just different levels to his success. One is sometimes you have to fail at the highest level to actually make adjustments, because you think about this, you've been doing one thing your whole life, and it has brought you millions of dollars out of the draft. It got you to the big leagues. Why would you change something? Like it makes little sense. But then you run into some struggles. You realize what the opposition is doing, and then those struggles become a reality. It becomes the new norm, and then you realize there are some things that you have to tweak. So there are definitely some things that the Cardinals had been trying to implement over the last couple of years that there was a little pushback on, I think, from his camp, and he has talked about that, and that he's bought in. There's also other things where it's just the age of Jordan Walker. He's a young kid, and he's still trying to figure out himself and his swing and a routine. Like, I feel like that's one of the bigger things for him, is realizing and figuring out exactly how to spend your time wisely. Because the preparation before a game is incredibly important. The time that you spend, whether it's on video, your cage work, your workout, your eating, your habits, like, I think that that's one of the bigger keys for him too. He's kind of figured out exactly how to spend his time. So I'm so excited for him and the adjustments that he's been able to make. And it is a wholesale effort, right? It's one going back to, again, his first year. People were upset. It's like, just leave the kid alone. He's doing fine. Yes, he was doing fine. He was hitting for average, but he was hitting a lot of ground balls on the left side. This is the hitter that they always envisioned him to turn into. The guy that gets the ball in the air, the guy that utilizes the whole field. I think one of the biggest mistakes, and when I say we in this one, I just mean in the sport, but one of the biggest mistakes I think we make with a lot of these athletes, especially first-rounders, is we're scared to change them at the minor league level. We're scared to fix any flaws because nobody wants to be the guy that messes them up, right? Nobody wants to take that first-round pitcher and be like, man, you got a little mechanical flaw here. You got a little bit of a hole, but I don't want to mess that up because you're a first-rounder and you're well on your way. Like, I feel like we need to fix some of these flaws even earlier in players. So, but sometimes it takes those reps to get better, and sometimes it takes the failure to realize you have to make a change. But the fact that Walker is turned into this guy it's special to see happen finally click. But this is what they envisioned when they drafted him in the first round. So it's something that we've really seen come to fruition over a couple of years.
Have you spent much time around Casey Chenoweth, the assistant hitting coach? Because early in the season, you would hear Walker in postgame, and he'd say, well, Casey and I, he kept saying it. You do a little deep dive. Rob Raines wrote a really in-depth piece during spring training about his story and how he was living in his car as a young guy in Phoenix, just trying to become a hitting coach, and here he is now at the big league level. It seems like Walker has deferred to him a lot in terms of some of the credit.
Well, and I think that Casey is, first of all, like every aspect of this club has like a team to it, right? So there's going to be somebody that is the head. Brownie is going to be your main hitting coach, but he's got a team behind him, and Casey a large part of that. And Casey spent time with these guys, spent time with Jordan Walker in the minor leagues, and you're going to have different people that you're more comfortable with or have different conversations with. And actually, this is one that I'm sure resonates with a lot of parents that are listening right now, because essentially that's what some of these coaches are, is de facto parents. You're just trying to teach your kids something, right? You can tell your kids something, and it could be the right thing, and he doesn't listen. And then somebody else tells your kid that same exact thing, and maybe words it a little bit differently, and then it resonates with them. And I kind of feel like that's the role of a coaching staff. And it seems like Casey resonates with Jordan along with other players. And it seems like they've built a real trust and a great relationship. And that's what you want, man. You want different guys on your staff to be able to help players in different ways. And Casey has definitely grown close to Jordan and others, and has really helped out, as has Brant Brown, as has Brandon Allen. I mean, this whole group works collaboratively together. I think that's one of the biggest things, and you guys have seen this in organizations that maybe are not successful, is you have all these people working in silos, right? Everybody's got their own thing and trying to put their name on, try to put my name on Jordan Walker or my name on so-and-so. No, it's a group effort. They all work together. But the relationship that Casey has been able to build with Jordan, I think, is a very tangible one.
Did we hear you traded in New York City for Omaha? Is that right? That was your deal, your swap that you put together?
Yeah, look, when you've been around as long as I have, you can put in requests like, "Hey, I don't want to go to New York City. Send me to Omaha," and that's what we're doing. That's
called the reverse Edmonds, Doug.
It's better parking. It's easier to park in Omaha.
Yeah, way easier to park, way cheaper, and good call on the reverse Edmonds or the reverse McCarver. That's exactly what we're doing on one of these ones. Yeah, next time we go to Miami, I'll probably go to Branson or something like that. So, but yeah, we're going out there coinciding with the College World Series, which I've never had a chance to go to. As a kid, like many growing up, I always wish that I could play in that. Turns out Dixie State College of Utah, we weren't eligible to go to that World Series. We did go to the JUCO World Series. But we're playing. My kid's playing a 12U tournament, so we're pumped up to head to Omaha. So sometimes you got to cash in some big league baseball for some youth baseball, and I promise you, I'm probably going to have as much fun, probably more.
Do you coach, or are you just dad?
Yeah, no, there's no way I could just dad. I can just dad at every other sport, but we got a great coaching staff, and when I'm around, they let me jump in, so I love it. In the dugout, I deal with all the pitchers. Everything else I let the rest of the staff take care of. I just try to keep the pitching in line. So we're going to get tested this weekend, but we're looking forward to it.
You yell and scream a lot, try to keep kids on the other team, intimidated?
I attempt. It's the things that go through my head, and then the things that come out of my mouth are drastically different at this level. But I try not to yell and scream. Although my son's in the back and he's shaking his head, so maybe not all the time.
You do yell. It's hard, boy. It's hard to coach your kid too, and for most of us, it was hard. Maybe it's not for you.
Going back to what I said earlier, sometimes you just got to feed information through other conduits, right? Sometimes I got to give information to another coach to ultimately land at the foot of my son.
Right. I know how that works.
Brad Thompson from the Cardinals Network on dad duty, headed to Omaha. Cardinals will head to Minnesota after closing out the series with the Mets today. Brad, have a safe trip, and we'll talk to you soon.
I appreciate it, fellas. You guys have a great weekend.
All right, then. You too. Enjoy Omaha.
I've never been to Omaha. I've never been to the state of Nebraska.
Omaha's a lot nicer town than you think it's going to be. It is a pleasant city.
I felt that way the first time I went to Cleveland, the first time I went to Pittsburgh. You hear all these terrible things, all these Rust Belt jokes, and you get there, like, that's plenty nice.
And you can go and see the home of the Oracle of Omaha.
Okay.
Who lives right there.
Buffett?
Yeah.
And
he's got a regular home, and
just a real simple house.
Well, it's a nice house, But it's just in a regular old neighborhood. You can drive right by
people
and
just
see it.
drive by his house all day?
Probably.
Set up a lemonade stand right across the street just in hopes maybe he flips you something?
The day that I did it, there was a couple other gawkers driving by slowly, pointing.
Marlon Perkins. That was the Mutual of
Omaha's Wild
Kingdom. Kevin Kugler, announcer from Omaha.
Bob Gibson from Omaha.
Gibson. He'd probably be right near the top.
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore of Omahans. We'll take your Omaha thoughts, your Omaha calls. Also, Design Air email the day coming up on this show here. It's TMA. Stifel Studios. We are brought to you by Brown and Crouppen, 9 o'clock hour, presented by Mark Hanna. Tim out today, probably back on Monday if we're guessing correct. Papers with an excused absence tomorrow. He's got a wedding, Doug, which means tonight. It's the old shooting match, so he is out. So Martin, Doug, Chairman Kurt with you on the Friday edition. A little email today when we come back here on TMA.
Talking with our friends at Mentality. Mentality, a long time TMA sponsor. And if you're tired of being tired, Mentality can help you out. It's Mentality online at lowtusa.com. If you're tired of always waking up exhausted, your dad bod starting to weigh on you, finding it harder to get excited about basically anything, check out Mentality at lowtusa.com. Right now, all new patient labs will be covered in your treatment plan, and that's a savings of $250 right out of the gate. Reclaim the old you, the younger you, with Mentality. Schedule your appointment now at lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com, LOWTUSA.com.
Bop, 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 bop.
Oh, jazz flute.
Think about it. Cards going for a sweep. That'd be 7 in a row if they were to win today. That'd be the high water mark. Do you like high water mark?
I don't mind it. Yeah.
That'd be 10 games over 500. The skipper used to always say, get 5, man, get to 10, you got to 15, like all these little milestones. But before they play the game, Doug, what is the lineup?
Got a lot of lefties in there to face Mets starter Christian Scott, a right-handed pitcher.
I believe they've never faced.
Yeah. Weatherholt, Herrera, and Burleson, Walker, Nootbaar, Wynn, Crooks, Gorman, Church.
Nolan Gorman got his eye back.
Well, let's hope he'll get his eye back.
Let's hope.
If he were to get his eye back, it would be a seriously good lineup.
And we're saying everything that went right for Jordan Walker. Is it the buy-in? Is it the coaching? Question on the text line, of course, said, well, what about Gorman? That is, sometimes it works. I mean, you could even put all the work in, and it still may not happen.
And what is it about that makes it stank? Oh.
That's a great question.
Oh.
By the way,
didn't really get an answer.
We mentioned Brad Thompson en route to Omaha, texter. First time texting into this station, it looks like. Listening from Omaha. Never fail to mention the #1 zoo in America is in Omaha. Did you know that? I thought it was San Diego and St. Louis.
How about here?
According to the 913, Chairman is our list of best zoos. San Diego always gets
Gotta
the vote.
be up there.
But isn't it like $40-$50 to get in?
Yeah, I think it's pretty expensive.
And then the St. Louis Zoo, famously free. Tell your kid wants to ride the train.
Yeah.
And then dad needs a beer, and all of a sudden they're in the parking.
And cotton candy.
Yeah.
The texter's correct. Omaha's Henry Dorley Zoo is often cited as the #1 zoo in the country.
Hank Dorley.
Oh. It's known for its world-class immersive habitats.
Oh, I like that.
What is that?
Well, I feel like
An immersive habitat.
Well, you know, have you been to the new that is St. Louis Zoo? I'm speaking of.
Yeah, with the elephants and things. They're kind of in their own habitat.
But the sea lion exhibit, where you can walk under, you can kind of walk under their tank, and they swim above you. I would describe that as an immersive habitat. Yeah, because you're like right there with them. You know what? I never trusted.
That's a very descriptive way of putting it.
Thank you. Well, you know, I'm if nothing.
A wordsmith.
Thank you.
You are. You have
if nothing else.
No, you have a great vernacular, and you explain that well.
Thank you. The drive-through safaris. You ever done one of those?
Sure.
Seems like it's just ripe for a bad idea. Just ripe for trouble.
Well, don't get out of the car.
Certainly not.
Like a Wayne Knight piercing or something.
Yeah, right. It's like in Jurassic Park, yeah. Like a rhino can just come up to your car and batter through it.
I don't think they got rhinos in those places.
Well, if you want to do
maybe in Africa, but not
2-for-1, Omaha also has the #1 best safari park.
Yeah, see, that I'm not doing. If I'm doing it, I'm not going to be driving my car. I can guarantee it.
We don't really have that around here, do we? A safari park. Weren't they going to build one in North County somewhere?
I don't know.
Sounds familiar.
That does sound familiar, but I just think those are bad ideas generally.
I feel like those animals shouldn't be in this.
It's just like I don't necessarily want them coming up to the car.
Why not? Usually they're nicer animals. They're not tigers and lions.
No doubt.
Around.
That would be incredibly dangerous. But I don't know, just a very strong animal that could tip your car over or something. There has been issues with those. They make you sign a damn waiver for a reason.
If you didn't have to pay for it, would you do one of those drive around safaris in Africa, like a real
Absolutely, yes. That is one thing I would love to do. Absolutely.
Doug, you in? You want to go see some rhinos?
I'd like to see the rhino. I have no interest in going to Africa. I won't be going to Africa. No.
What if I played Toto on a loop?
Ooh, now we're talking.
I don't think so.
All right, well, let's go to Omaha first, and then if you like that, then
we can
go to
Africa.
We can go to Tanzania.
But because you can see a rhino in St. Louis, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to fly all the way to Africa to see a rhino. I can see one 15 minutes away from here.
We could hike up Kilimanjaro. Chris Long does it every year.
Yeah.
I'm getting in a boxcar and going to the Omaha Zoo.
That's right. Yeah. We got our resident hobo Kurt hitching a ride on the next Union Pacific that rolls through town.
The stick and the bandana. What's that called?
Hobo.
No, the actual like carrying device. What do you call that?
It's called something.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know it had a name.
I didn't know that. I've never known that. We have 2 awesome sloths at our zoo. Suck at Omaha.
Bindle. It's called a bindle.
Bindle.
You can take your bindle up to Omaha.
And if your kid didn't have a costume, it was always a lazy man's Halloween.
You made your kids dress like a homeless guy?
No, but when I was a kid, that was always a way out.
Oh,
if you didn't have you just grab a stick and you tie like a bandana around the back of the stick.
For people my age, it was always like baseball player, but you just wear your summer baseball uniform out on Halloween. That's when you knew, like, damn, these kids' parents not loving up on them enough, making them dress up as their own baseball uniform.
You get some charcoal and rub it on your face, and you have some torn clothing. You were set.
My grandpa was a hobo clown in the Shriners Circus for years.
Really? That's pretty cool.
Fooey.
Did he ever hitch a ride on a train?
It sounds like something he would have done. I probably am my grandfather's grandson.
Guys, I took my daughter to the zoo. $11 for a Busch Light. Didn't realize I'd be spending $88 that day. That's from Packer Dave, who's going to meet Jackson next Friday.
Sounds like he had 8 beer.
Well, the fact that they let you in for free, doesn't that count for something?
Yes.
You don't have to have the beer if you don't want.
Yeah. I often take half runs, half walks through Forest Park because I live pretty close. Well, I'm
you moved. That's
human.
right.
I've lived pretty close to Forest Park, and I'm one day I'm gonna just walk. It's a pretty decent walk to get to the zoo, but just walk into the zoo and like treat that as part of my walk and just walk around.
Wouldn't it be a great? Instead of mall walking,
don't pay a single cent.
Just
don't
walk
have to park.
through?
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna do that coming up soon.
You can park there without paying too if you can find a spot
street
on the
parking.
street.
Yeah, and if you're willing to walk a little bit, you can pretty much find a spot.
A lot of hot stepdads in Omaha, Doug. That's from Eric in the Central
I didn't
West
notice
End.
that.
Hello, Wegovy.
I did not notice that. I wasn't looking for it.
Right. Ray King says St. Louis Zoo Wild Care Park operates in North County in 2027.
Oh, okay.
It's coming. Huh?
There is something
upcoming.
St. Louis Zoo is building the wild. Okay, so that's the one that the zoo is building in North County. So you're right. See, we stumbled into actual information. How about that?
Good on us.
And there's a whole bunch of texts, and the zoo is finishing. God, it's almost like they know what's going on.
I went to one of those, I don't know if it was called Lion Country Safari outside of West Palm Beach. It was pretty cool.
Sharon and Clayton is anti-zoo. Zoos are stupid. Sorry for my typo. You want to see those animals? Go to Africa. Stop caging wild animals. Nothing sadder than seeing a cheetah, the fastest land animal, pacing in a 6x10 cage.
Well, there's some truth to that.
You can see the rhinos at your nearest buffet. That's from Sharon and Clayton.
Buffet.
Bring gas. Bring gas.
It is kind of sad to see a big lion or something just sitting there all day. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. It is sad.
This is taking a turn.
Mm-hmm.
First, we're going to all go to Omaha and just hang out.
Mm-hmm.
Have you learned anything I guess, sorry.
Yeah.
Is that the Arkansas coach?
Yeah, just Pittman.
And then the guy just kind of crapped down his leg.
Yeah,
And just,
it happens to the best of us.
It does. It happens. You know what we need to do? We need to take a break here. It's
then,
TMA.
email the day after on the other side of the break.
I was trying to get to the break. This guy, who looks slow, apparently is slow to the break, tells me to wrap it up. Yes, email of the day, the Design Air email of the day, coming your way next.
TMA is proud to be sponsored by Stifel, who also sponsors the Cardinals and the Blues and the St. Louis Charity Classic, the Stifel Theater, the U.S. National Ski Team. They're all over the place. It's true. Good things come to those who wait. At Stifel, great things come from knowing when to act. For 135 years, Stifel has helped individuals, families, and business owners make thoughtful financial decisions. Founded in St. Louis way back in 1890, Stifel combines deep local roots with national capabilities. From customized customized wealth management to investment banking and traditional banking, Stifel delivers fully integrated solutions designed for complex financial lives, whether you're growing, preserving, or transitioning wealth. That same long-term mindset is why Stifel proudly supports TMA, because they know success is all about timing and knowing when the moment is actually the moment. Investing, banking, advising. Stifel, where success meets success. Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member SIPC and NYSE.
This is Jackson with the SportsCenter update that's brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. The Knicks defeat the Spurs in Game 4 last evening, erasing a 29-point San Antonio second-half lead. Jalen Brunson with 36 points, 7 assists, and 3 steals. That was another SportsCenter update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
I can see the music you're playing. I can read it from here, but I don't know. Is it?
It's just an instrumental.
Is it Z's or is it ZZ?
ZZ.
ZZ.
Yeah.
What's up with Z's? ZZ. That's the artist?
No, that is the name of the song.
Name of the song.
Kodak Black, his birthday today.
What does ZZ mean? What kind of word is that?
I don't know, I couldn't tell you, but I know it's Kodak's birthday, and I just wanted to play this instrumental for a little bit.
Okay.
A little steel drum. Little steel drum never hurt anybody.
No. Get you in the summer mood.
I guess the company that came up with Kodak, the word Kodak doesn't mean anything. They just made it up and thought it sounded cool.
Right.
Kodak Eastman, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't it always Kodak Eastman?
Uh-huh.
Are they still making cameras, Doug? Are they gone now? Together? God,
They're like a real case study and not adjusting to the market. I always remember
We're gonna stick
in
with film.
college, yeah, and then obviously did not work out.
Everywhere.
That was such a hassle to have film in a camera. And oops, I opened it up. It's all ruined.
You got to take it to...
Or Fox Photo ruined it when I took it there.
You drop it off. Oh, I had a great weekend. It was my buddy's wedding. Oh, we'll go pick those up Thursday. People today, you kids, can't relate.
The good part was we still have those pictures we took 50 years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure we're still going to be keeping all these photos we have on our phone now like we used to.
Who knows? But I do know that you can get high-quality customer service. I've made the switch over to James Carlton, and you can too.
James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency is online at carltoninsurance.net. Jackson Burkett and I are clients now of James Carlton. Jackson just made the switch. I have been working with him now going back to 2019. You're going to get great customer service, and on top of it, there is a really good chance he is going to be able to save you money on your automotive insurance. Call 314-961-4800 or go online at carltoninsurance.net. Has your insurance gone up in the last year? Give James a chance to save you money. And if you have kids under 25 on your insurance policy, this is where James has saved people a lot of money in the TMA audience. 314-961-4800 or go online at carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton, State Farm.
All right. Want to do email today, Martin?
Let's do it, buddy.
Oh, okay.
Doug wasn't ready, but I'm ready.
No, I got to get a pen and write this down.
All right.
Of all things, torturous. I've got to get a pen.
Yeah.
Have you
takes
secured,
a while.
Doug, have you secured a pen?
An ink pen. Yeah, you found an ink pen.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Design their heating and cooling email today. Hi, Deus. What was that?
Well, other than an ink pen, what kind of pen would it be? Doug got an ink pen.
A straight pen, bobby pin.
Yeah. Marijuana
fountain pen.
Yeah.
Epi pen.
Yeah, you just got served. I mean, look at you. You're over there.
Well, what else? We're looking for a writing utensil?
Writing utensil is another word for pen.
Ink pen.
Ink pen.
I got a lead pen.
I have my ink pen ready to go.
Lead is in the pencil. Terms of endearment.
Good. Hi, Deus. I hear there is help for the geriatric dating community. I've been having a hard time with the dating apps. I signed up for one, but I can't seem to find ladies on this app. I keep swiping, and it's only gentlemen. I like the comments, but I am lost. Well, gots to go. My tapioca pudding is getting warm, and the Strode Show is up next. Thanks again. That's from the CFO of Virginia Bates Financial, president of Doug's Kissing Booth, the South City Implant.
South City Implant.
Good morning, gentlemen. If Tim is still unwell tomorrow, I advise you air a Best of Tim show instead of doing whatever today was. The YouTube stream can be 4 hours of Doug pressing his bare breast against the glass.
Oh,
is this agreeable?
These are filtered?
Yeah, regards. That's from Beef Momo.
Beef Momo.
He's efficient.
Hobo train hopping sounds like the reality show we didn't know we wanted or deserved. The life-threatening danger of getting on and off the train, the late-night crackhead bum fights in an empty, dimly lit boxcar, the passion of romance realized hand-in-hand watching the sun set atop a speeding steamer. That's quality television. Speaking of jumping off the rails, the missus lost her mind yesterday when someone in our household, not me, left a small tree stump in the main floor toilet. Both of our boys claimed innocence, and with no film evidence, we had to quit. But the burning fire my wife held for one of them not flushing resulted in 4 brightly polished and clean stools as a punishment. They bitched and moaned the whole time, but here's hoping the lesson is learned. Cheers. That's from Bro Fallon.
Bro Fallon, he mentioned bum fights. Was that a series of videos? Or was
that was like a series, wasn't it? Yeah. Bum
that
fights.
was on TV?
Was it on TV?
It wasn't on TV.
That seems more like an internet vehicle.
I thought it might have been on TV.
Fight.
Yeah.
Well, you watch Cops all night, Doug. You can watch bum fights.
I have seen way too much Cops. Makes me feel better about myself.
Yeah. Concerned members of the radio community, we gather here today to mourn the tragic loss of Tim McKernan from the airwaves for a staggering 3 days. 3 days. That's 72 hours, 4,320 minutes without the familiar sound of Tim gracing the airwaves. Some say time heals all wounds, but these wounds are wide open with these callers the last 3 days. Dare I say I'd rather have pestis from Festus? What we do know is that Tim fought bravely against whatever microscopic army dared stand in his way, and if there had been any way to help, I would have been there without hesitation, prepared to administer mouth-to-mouth resuscitation and personally inhale every last germ if it meant getting Tim back behind the microphone. Godspeed, Tim. Get well soon. The radio world just isn't the same without you. That's from Average Size Shabangas.
Averaged Size Shabangas.
Good morning, people who are not Tim. Well, I'm not going to be much good to you today. Half the city is shut down because of the UFC fight at the White House, and traffic is a bear. I don't know for certain, but I have to imagine the traffic is similar in St. Louis this morning, with so many people driving by to check on our fearless leader and broadcast hero, Tim McKernan. Well, that's 2 people who have spelled his name, Tim McKernan. Yeah, what's going on? Why am I still stuck in traffic, you ask? I am on my way to Walter Reed Army Medical Center to inform them of a rapidly developing FCC situation in the greater St. Louis area. I'm going to implore them to rush all needed medical supplies to Hoosierville Regional Airport, where it will be immediately transported to Carport Village to nurse our equivalent of George Washington back to full health. Stinks the Battlehawks didn't make the Diet Mountain Dew Bowl or whatever it's called. Would have been cool to see them in D.C. Anyway, I got to go now. The grease truck for Doug's Thursday lathering just arrived, and somebody has to sign for a delivery this large. Screw Chuck Todd. I am enjoying the show. That's from Jugs in D.C.
I don't get a Thursday lathering.
P.S. Doug, my boss is out, so I'm smoking the devil's lettuce again all day. Bite me.
Good
Jugs
for
in
you.
DC.
Yeah, aim high. Jugs in D.C.
And finally, Tim, there's something I want to say to you that I've always found hard to say. If I try saying this, I might swear on the air.
Well,
and that's what he was trying to do. Okay. The first day you were gone felt like 6 days. The second day felt like 8 days. The third day isn't over, so I don't know. We're all in Tim Drawl. Tim Drawl?
Oh.
Now all I need is this thermos. That's from We Too Low.
We Too Low.
That was a bad email. I'm just going to be honest.
Well, you're coaching the dais.
There was a couple, it was like a tongue twister that would have made me say the S word on the air.
Well, don't do it.
That's how it started, and then it ended.
He's trying to get you.
Yeah, I just didn't like the email. Seems like a nice enough guy, We Too Low, but I didn't like his email. I don't mean to tip the scales of the voting process
that's
here.
Undue influence, Your Honor.
Yeah, no, I sustained.
Sustained. This is just like a courtroom, isn't it?
Who's the judge?
I think today you've been judge and jury. Somebody texted in when Tim's gone, Jackson gets a little cocky. I
get cocky?
I don't agree with that.
I get over.
Full of yourself.
I don't think that's the case,
no.
Personally. Actually, my self-esteem takes major hits on these days. I get told more often than usual that I am no good at what I do.
There's not enough drops?
Well, you know who is good at what he does, and that's Mark Milton.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, he's one of the best in the country at what he does, and that is getting people out of trouble with the IRS. Of course, he can do a tax return. They can all do that tax return, but what he specializes in is getting people out of serious IRS difficulties. Maybe you've got tax liens, bank levies, wage garnishments, or you could even be facing an IRS criminal investigation. And if you do, mister, you've got problems. And that's where Mark Milton comes in. Contact him at stltaxlawyer.com. Mark Milton and stltaxlawyer.com provide a local and holistic approach to tax resolution. Mark earned his accounting degree from the University of Illinois, #1 accounting program in the country, got his law degree from St. Louis U, and now he lives and works right here in the St. Louis area, helping individuals and small businesses solve their tax problems. He used to work for the Department of Justice Tax Division in Washington, where he represented the IRS in tax cases around the country and received the DOJ's Outstanding Trial Attorney Award. This guy is one of the best in the country, and he's right here in St. Louis to help you if you need it. Any kind of IRS problem at all, you contact Mark Milton at stltaxlawyer.com today, and you'll be saying, I am not guilty, I am with Milty. Remember, the choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
There it is, the latest word from Doug Vaughn, winner of the Design Air email today, coming your way. Little Ken's complaints coming up on the HD vehicle, a little bit later, HD2 vehicle. Friday edition, tomorrow, we'll celebrate the Blues anniversary. That's what we'll do, Doug, throughout.
Okay, that'd be fun.
It'll be quite the delight.
Okay.
I'll miss you guys tomorrow.
Will you?
No, I'm going to sleep in. It's going to be awesome.
Isn't that nice? No alarm.
I'm so excited.
That's a great
I've
thing.
been sleep deprived for a couple days.
And tonight is the rehearsal dinner?
Yeah.
So is it coat and tie kind of thing, or dressy-ish?
I think you know what I'm going to do, Martin, is I think I'm going to go sport coat.
No tie.
No tie.
Collared shirt.
Yeah, button down. No tie. And then either suit pants or, maybe a gray pant.
Not a gaucho?
I don't know what that is.
So like short pants that women would wear, like think of Diane Keaton and Annie Hall, maybe.
Okay, now you're speaking my language.
Maybe not a good look for anyone. Maybe.
Yeah.
Are you going ankles out?
Isn't that what a cowboy wears in Argentina? A gaucho.
That sounds right.
I'm looking. Maybe I'll wear chaps tonight.
Oh yeah, assless.
All chaps are assless. It's redundant.
You might be able to find some that would cover your caboose.
Well, you're supposed to wear chaps with pants. You're supposed to wear chaps over pants. But if you don't...
Maybe some really heavy-duty chaps.
But if you don't wear chaps with pants, then they become assless.
Okay, but
day holes, night holes.
You will wear pants with them.
Do you have any speaking duties tonight, or
no.
just drinking and hanging? And
the latter.
Okay. And this is Sweet Sweet Bob.
No,
okay.
no.
Friend you can't name his name,
well,
Doug.
I just don't have a nickname for him, and I don't want to,
How about this weekend you come up with a nickname for him so he feels special?
Yeah, whatever it is, it then gets made fun of.
Will Sweet Sweet Todd be there?
He will not.
Why don't you let our texters come up with a nickname for him? They're all very creative.
That'd be great. Probably won't allow that.
Oh.
Well, I mean, they can send in whatever they want. I don't care.
A quick aside. So I went to the doctor today, and I don't have strep, and I don't have COVID. Have a hint, he said, he called it a hint of bronchitis. 2 prescriptions at the local, I can't say the name, but it rhymes with Schmalgreens. And
CVS?
And one of the 2, they said, out of stock. And I said, well, there's a million, again, I wouldn't name it, but it rhymes with Schmalgreens. And I said, there's how many? There's one at every corner.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Famously, I think that's their
they're still working. They're still working on it. So I'm 48 hours from the doctor, and I'm like, can I just get? I might have to call Chairman Steve and just get some street drugs. I mean,
the last time you got some sort of respiratory infection, they gave you some of that purple stuff, and you brought it into studio, and you were drinking it
I was
on
having
the program.
This syrup on the show.
Yeah, a little dirty Sprite from my boy Martin.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah, hey, listen, I get it.
All right, boys, got a lunch meeting. You guys finish strong is what I recommend. We've had a really strong show so far.
I think it's been a bang-up program.
Has it?
Oh, I think so.
Covered a lot of ground. Doug, you ever walk out here and say, boy, we talked about this and this and this? Oh, my God.
I usually walk out just as fast as I can.
Doug's been real hungry after the shows recently.
Oh, just starving.
Yeah.
Well, in all sincerity, if you do 5 hours, you probably should pack yourself a little lunch.
I agree.
A little snick snack.
Yeah, like graham crackers.
Chex Mix.
Yeah.
Combos.
Mm-hmm.
Fruit snacks.
Celery.
Like the kids.
Celery.
Yeah, it's a green stick.
No, I'm aware of what it is.
Stick.
I'm aware of what it is. It just
doesn't sound.
That's what you get with chicken wings, and you eat it, so you feel
balance out.
You feel like you're better, even though it's just basically 80% water.
Yeah. at least.
Yeah, but I like the crisp.
Do you really?
Yeah, that and carrots, it's a nice crunch.
Yeah. It's the kind of thing you don't ever crave them, but when you eat it, you feel better.
Yeah, agreed.
Kind of takes the edge off, and you didn't consume another 300 calories doing it.
Yeah, but I'd still rather eat the chicken wing.
Yeah, I would too.
On the potty?
I don't think everyone would.
On or off the potty?
On or off the potty? Somebody said, is that rehearsal dinner starting before 11 a.m.? They're wondering why you need to miss tomorrow, but it's because of tonight. You're going to be up
tonight,
late.
and you
won't be rested or
there's
prepared
some functions
for the show.
tomorrow morning for this wedding that I'll be taking part of, so that's why I'm
so
out.
Coy, Doug.
I haven't taken a single day off
I
this
think
year.
you should.
So
No, I don't think you have to explain it. I think it's the event's tonight, and then you get to enjoy resting up tomorrow.
I've a Ripken-like streak of being in, so I don't feel bad about taking a day off.
Nor should you.
Yeah.
Well, we'll make fun of you for 4 hours tomorrow.
That's fine.
Because you won't be here.
Fine by me.
So therefore,
do what you got to do.
I had a vacation once, and then I was sick my first day back. In Frank opinion, I'm in my car, and I hear him on the show, and what did this Milton guy? He's gone all week? First day back, he's sick? Give me a break. That just tells me the guy took an extra day of vacation. I'm like, no, I felt like calling in all nasally like this.
Yeah.
He's like, well, what's Tuna calling for? I'm like, no, it's me with a head cold.
When you call in sick, you got to really act like you're sick. You got to really play it up.
Yeah, like you can barely even draw a breath to have the conversation.
If you ever had to call like the news director's assistant, Doug, or secretary back in the day, you're like, this is Martin, I'm going to be out today.
Yeah.
Really, really.
Tell your buddies to turn down the music.
Goose it a little bit. How much farther to Mark Twain Lake? Like,
yeah. Shut the hell up.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I don't think it's serious. I'll probably be in tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm dying now, but I'll be fine by
I feel like I'm fine with tomorrow.
Yeah.
Cards back in town? Yeah, I should be in tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be
Sounds
there.
good. All right, this is TMA brought to you by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN.
You hear that sound, Doug? You know exactly what time it is.
It's time, that's for sure.
It's time for the Market Moves presented by Stifel, where we size up some of the biggest storylines in sports and decide which ones we're backing, dropping, or watching.
Okay.
We bring the takes. Stifel brings a steady perspective. Let's break down the moves that matter. Doug, the NBA Finals Game 3 viewership is in 23.8 million viewers, the most since 2017. That is up 159% from the game last year, where certainly we had two smaller markets.
Right.
But that's a big number right there. 23.8. I'm sure last night's going to be even bigger.
I would think. I was watching ESPN, and they're starting to assemble videos of fans watching around New York and their reaction. Reminds me a lot of the David Freese triple. How we had that in St. Louis. Everyone came up with their videos of how they reacted when they saw that. I guess that's kind of the basketball equivalent to what David Freese did.
In a way.
Not the clinching game, but
no.
Darn near.
Right.
At home, you thought you had the game lost. Kind of similar, a lot of similarities there.
Would agree. Yeah, I think you're spot on there with that. I'm trying to find the NHL viewership, Stanley Cup viewership, but how would you? I think we got two pretty solid NBA NHL finals going on simultaneously here.
Well, the NBA ratings will dwarf the NHL.
Right.
When you got the Knicks playing.
No doubt. I'm not
10% of the country are fans of one team,
right.
at least.
I'm not talking about like viewers. I'm just talking about quality of the series. We had that awesome game Saturday with VGK in Carolina.
Well, then probably I'd say the hockey has been better because the games have been close and overtime, and some of the basketball games haven't been that.
Only game 3 wasn't. The other 3 games were all very close. Friday night's game for the NBA Finals was really good. Looks like about 5.5 million viewers on ABC for Game 3 of the Cup Final.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a lot.
I think
for a broadcast network.
Yeah, it
doesn't seem great.
It's the largest audience for a Game 3 in the Cup Final since the triple overtime Red Wings Hurricanes in the same network in 2002.
Really?
It tied Bruins Blackhawks on NBC in 2013 as the highest rated game.
I'm surprised because two relatively small markets.
Yeah. Although Vegas is, I don't know. I actually don't know what the Vegas market size is.
No, it's not big.
Yeah, I can understand that.
What? It's good to hear people are tuned in.
Yep. People can also tune in, Doug. Next Friday, June the 19th, TMA, along with our friends from all 5 Hubbard stations, are set to team up to fill a truck for Operation Food Search with support from Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken and the Happy Roof Company. You can stop by the station next Friday morning because we'll be heading downstairs to broadcast live out in front of our parking lot from 7 to 11 a.m.
Right out there in the front, right?
That's right, by the fountain. Collecting canned goods and non-perishable food items. We'll be handing out donuts from Donut Drive-In while supplies last. And everyone who stops by will have a chance to enter to win a $500 grand prize. Now is a critical time to support as summer see a big drop in food donations. You can get your food donations ready and bring them by next Friday morning, 7 to 11 a.m. with TMA and 101 ESPN out in front of Hubbard, St. Louis. It's 11647 Olive Boulevard in Creve Coeur. That'll be some fun. You'll be out next Friday, right, Doug?
I will be. Yeah. Yes. I'm on my way to the middle of Pennsylvania for a relative's wedding.
Nice. Where exactly in Pennsylvania?
Oh, hell, I don't even know. Very small town.
Are you wearing gauchos?
Flying to Pittsburgh, and then I haven't really picked my trousers or breeches, but I wouldn't think that I'd be wearing gauchos.
Will you do a get ready with me video?
I won't.
Damn. Even if the people really want to see it?
Probably just have to wear something comfortable because I think it's a flight to Pittsburgh and then a drive for 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
Do you still dance at these weddings, or are your dancing days behind you?
If I get pressured into it, I'll do it a little bit. Not much.
You just stick to like the side to side, kind of safe move?
Get in the middle of the crowd and just do nothing.
Doug makes market moves. That's what he does. With our friends over at Stifel. That's we size up some of the biggest storylines in sports, decides which ones we're backing, dropping, or watching. We bring the takes, and Stifel always brings the steady perspective. We'll have more of the morning after coming up on the other side of the break as we are in our Design Air Heating and Cooling 10 o'clock hour. We're going to tell you who won today's Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, along with plenty of other things. And then at the top of the hour, you'll have BK and Ferrario. We'll head down the hallway to do what Doug calls the Strode program. That's after the morning after on 105.7 HC2 and the TMA STL YouTube channel. This is the morning after, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN. On the biggest stage in the world, FanDuel is changing the game because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes off with them. Not anymore with FanDuel's Super Sub. If your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. If your player leaves the match, your bet continues on with the substitute. So you're still in until the final whistle. You can visit FanDuel.com/local to get started. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. You're wondering, does Jackson have a play? Yeah, I do. We got some World Cup action going on today. I like Mexico money line, and I like South Korea money line. You pair those up, you get that at plus 266. I like those teams. I like those numbers. Let's get involved on the world's biggest stage in pro soccer. 21 and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
face. Looks like we got another home run chase. I still think back to summer 98. Listening to Jack Buck, staying up too late. Summer blockbuster, rewind the tape. Jordan Walker got me feeling like it's summer 98. Welcome to the jungle. I can still
Another home run for Jordan Walker last evening, Doug. Boy, when he takes a big cut out of the fastball like that, it's fun to watch.
Boy, he's so huge and strong.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to get all of it, and the ball still travels 400 feet.
Yeah.
Was that 18 or 19 last night?
I believe that was 18.
McGuire in 98. He had 30 at this point.
Oh, God.
Okay, so
we're a little off 98 pace.
A little off the pace, but he could have a real hot July.
I think he will.
Yeah. You're listening to The Morning After. It's presented to you by Brown & Crouppen as we broadcast live from the Stifel studios in our Design Air Heating and Cooling 10 o'clock hour. Chairman Kurt in Martin's spot as Martin had to leave for onboarding. Tim out ill today. Douglas Love and Vaughn in studio. I'm Jackson Burkett.
I see here that was number 17 for Walker last night.
That was 17?
Yeah.
I feel like that.
I'm looking at the box score. It says 17.
Okay. All right, 17 for Walker. So maybe a little behind
even
pace.
Farther behind McGuire now. Great.
I don't know that he's going to get to 80.
He'd have to pick it up.
But we can't rule it out. And today would be a great start as they play the Metropolitans day game. 12:10 p.m. first pitch. Hunter Dobbins throwing the ball for the Redbirds. And then they head to Minneapolis tomorrow evening to take on the Twins before for a weekend series, and then they'll be back home in St. Louis against San Diego on Monday, June the 15th. Or hopefully we'll be back to full strength with all the boys here. Because, Doug, you're out Thursday and Friday of next week. I'm out tomorrow. Tim's been out ill. We've missed the whole crew now for a couple of days. But we'll be all right. We're going to fire through. Here's Ali Marmol, Doug. You want to?
Okay, yes, I want to definitely.
The manager, on the offense last night.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
Guys played really well today. Palante did a nice job. The offense showed up, man. Walker drove in 4, another homer, big swing by him there. Velasquez able to drive in 2 with his homer against the lefty, and Burley tags one late, but really, really good showing by everybody. What Velasquez was able to do against their lefty there was exactly what was needed. And then Fermin drives in 1 there at the end as well. So it's looking pretty good.
The Mets, on the other hand, were able to bang out 3 hits.
Yeah.
And 2 runs. They've been outscored 16-2 so far in the first 2 games.
Right.
They just look like a team that's kind of folded up shop and said, hey, 15 and a half outs, not happening.
Yeah. And, I mean, Andre Palante has been pretty solid all year, like to surprise of some maybe out there. But when you're a lineup of that caliber and you're just getting worked over by Andre Palante, a lot of questions will have to be asked. I think there's a lot of questions in the Mets clubhouse already this season, but this series is certainly not changing that tune.
I really want this one today.
You want it bad?
Just because the Cardinals over the past handful of years, I feel like anytime they would slightly show signs of getting hot, they'd win the first 2 and then they lose a third. They just never could get that sweep.
Let's finish it off.
I want this one bad today, Doug.
It's hard to believe a few years ago they won 17 games in a row.
That was a wild run. That was a wild run. This would be back-to-back series sweeps if they are to do it. And, Doug, that matters, even though they've won both series already at this point?
The series doesn't really matter. The wins matter. Okay. You'll notice in the standings they don't even keep track of who wins a series. It's not a tiebreaker for anything, except in the postseason, of course.
Right. No Navy caps this weekend as well, with the Twins wearing Navy caps, which is a shame. Dustin May was really doing the Lord's work out there when he was wearing those Navy sleeves.
And the catcher's equipment was navy blue, too. When you're doing blue trim, put the blue hat on.
Couldn't agree more. I mean, it seemed J.J. Weatherholt's always in Navy. Mason Wynn. Seems like all these guys really enjoy it. We know the fans are into it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
They're not doing it just to spite us.
Yeah. Doesn't it feel like that?
Yeah.
Should we reverse psychology? We don't want the Navy hats anymore.
Get rid of them. Burn them all.
We change into Red Hats Forever. We start up a nonprofit called Red Hats Forever. All right. We'll come back with more of TMA. We're going to reveal the winner of the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day coming up on the other side of the break. You're listening to The Morning After, live from the Stifel Studios, presented to you by Brown & Crouppen on 101 ESPN. This is Jackson with the Sports Center Update. It's brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. Cardinals Mets today, 12:10 p.m. first pitch. Hunter Dobbins on the mound for the Redbirds. That was another Sports Center Update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows. We're back. TMA, that stands for the morning after. We're on 101 ESPN. We're presented to you by Brown and Crouppen as we broadcast live from the Stifel studios. Callier and Thompson phone lines busy today. Appreciate people chiming in there and on the Air Comfort Service text line and on the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat. If you missed any of the program, go back and podcast the Schaefer Door Company podcast. And the sponsor of the dossier is Polos Plus. And you can see me, I'm wearing my Polos Plus jacket. It's a little cold in here, so I got my Polos Plus jacket.
Do they sell a parka?
Yeah, they do.
I need one of those.
Yeah, cardigan. TMA merch is now available on polosplus.com. Here's Tim telling you about Polos Plus right now.
PolosPlus.com, sponsor of the dossier on the morning after, and now where you can get your TMA merchandise, including the Navy Caps on the Road t-shirt. Just go to PolosPlus.com and click on the TMA tab when you get to the website, and it's all there. Hats, t-shirts, quarter zips, and more, including golf polos from a wide variety of high-quality brands: Carhartt, Travis Mathew, Nike, Under Armour, polos, quarter zips, jackets, hats, you name it. Polos Plus can do it for you in your business. This is how they have grown over the last few decades. They are local, and they've gotten to work with a lot of the people in the TMA advertising community and TMA listeners. Seth Goldcamp, James Carleton, Mark Hanna. That's exactly the kind of word-of-mouth local business supporting local business stuff that makes this show and its advertisers and its listeners what it is. So next time somebody at your office, your kid's team, your neighborhood, whatever, needs branded gear, check out Polos Plus. Send them to polosplus.com. Help support a local business that supports TMA.
All right, Doug, you wanted to know the winner of the Design Their Heating and Cooling email today? Jugs in D.C. picks up another win, ties him with TMA Troubadour for the month of June. BK and Ferrari are coming up right here on the top of the hour as we head down the hallway to do After the Morning After on 105.7 HD2. Doug calls it the Strode program. But that's going to do it for us today. Tim, hopefully feeling better soon. He's out today ill. Martin had to head out for onboarding. But for Douglas Elvin Vaughn, for Chairman Kurt, I'm Jackson Bennett Burkett. You've been listening to The Morning After, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen live on 101 ESPN. On 101 ESPN and the TMA STL YouTube channel. I got there eventually, Doug.
Yeah, you did it. That's
Peace.
fine.